Hello, how we doing? Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? My name is Rob. Welcome to the live stream, weekly Tuesday live stream. Looking for confirmation that you can hear me. It looks like the audio's working. Yes, Lego Tours. And thank you very much. Heartily happy. Thanks, guys. Welcome to another live stream. So it's been a couple weeks since I've done this, because last week, if you guys were here, you knew that I did a roundtable. So we had 3 other creators join me, Brian G. Johnson, Ty Myers, and Alexa Serenoya, and we had a chat for about 90 minutes. And I noticed a question that just came in. Are you taking questions today? So yes, I will take and answer questions today. Apologies for last week not being able to. I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to do that and kind of keep the conversation going amongst the 4 of us, because I was playing host as well as participating. And there were a lot of questions. I think there were almost 200 of you here watching, which was amazing. And thank you for that. But yeah, so it just became impossible to go through the questions. So, and I even missed a couple of super chats. So hopefully I can make good on those today. I remember one in particular, Todd, I believe from Newfoundland, Todd Moore, maybe, same last name as me. Let's give you a super chat right now. I don't even know if you're here. But thank you very much for that. And yeah, so I will take questions today. What else do you want to talk about? I've got several things written down. I'm going to be here for at least 2 hours, maybe longer. Loud and clear from Smoky, Alberta. Cough, cough. Yeah, you guys are getting all the fires. That's I was going to say awesome. That's not what I meant. That's awful. We went through something similar, although not to this scale, a couple of years ago. But yeah, hopefully things get under control out west in Alberta and Saskatchewan and Manitoba even, is where most of them are happening. Yeah, so why don't I dive right into the chat? But actually, so yeah, last week we did the roundtable. Before I forget, tomorrow we're going to have another doc party, which is basically a members-only live stream. I do that every 2 weeks, normally every 2 weeks, but I'm going to need to go 3 weeks after tomorrow's, because I'm going away with my son on a golfing trip out to BC. So I won't be able to do it from there. So, and actually one of these live streams I'm going to miss as well. It's been a long time since I've missed a weekly live stream. But anyways, tomorrow, doc party, for those of you who are members. For those who are not, there's a join button down below if you want to join and become a member. I think it's around $4 a month, something like that, through YouTube. And yeah, the way that works, for those who are interested, once you get 500 subscribers, you can monetize and earn income from memberships. And I believe YouTube pays you, what is it? 45% of whatever your members pay into it. And YouTube keeps 55%. So just so you know, that's the way that works. But then when we do the doc party, it's members only, so that there's far fewer people in there, and I'll be able to answer all of your questions. It's a little more of an intimate setting, basically. I usually put a bucket hat on and have a cocktail on the go. Other than that, it's pretty much the same as this, except a lot less of me just answering questions and you asking questions and not having them answered very quickly. All right, so that's what that is. Who's here? Where are you watching from? We've got 86 people in here. That's awesome. We've got Jenny T from Sweden. Managed to shoot enough footage for 4 videos, but now I'm stuck in the editing phase. It feels like a mental blockage. Any tips on how to get past it? Just dive right in. That's really, I mean, editing is a big part of it. Dive right in and don't do too much of it. I wouldn't worry about, that's the way I look at it anyways. You can see, I mean, there are videos out there and you watch them and it's like, wow, these are awesome videos. It must have taken a long time to make them. Lots of fancy editing. Yeah, it probably did take them a long time to make them, and some people hire people to do that. I don't. I keep things simple. I'll throw on some text every once in a while. I may fade in or out a scene, and I'm going to cut out any mistakes, trim off the beginning, trim off the end. That's pretty much it. I can typically edit a video pretty quickly. In fact, the video I put out yesterday, I think I went outside at 9 o'clock in the morning, and by 11 o'clock, I had filmed it, edited it, and uploaded it. So that's how quick you could do it if you don't spend too much time on the editing. So that's my biggest advice for that. Sophia, how you doing? Good to see you again. Accidental Software Engineer, hello. Rosanny Designs, how you doing? Good to see you again. We've got Show Me Hope, hand pink waving. Yeah, this when Ecamm Live brings in the chat, the emojis and stuff don't come in like they should. I'm not sure why, but they don't. Greg Bowman, how you doing, Greg? Good to see you. See you shortly. What does that mean? Are you showing up here? Oh, maybe I hadn't gone live yet. Makes a little more sense. Nicola, how you doing, Nicola? Good to see you. Oh, yes, see you in 26 minutes. Okay, so these are the people that beforehand, before the live started. Steve Brocky, wondering if Nova Scotia recently had a time zone adjustment. Oh, yes, I answered this one. No, not March. I think we had a time zone adjustment. I think what are you doing up there? What are you doing up there? Really? Just don't knock anything over. What was I saying? Yeah, no. So we are 4 hours ahead, behind the UK. Okay, here. I started this live at 2 o'clock, but I advertise it that I start at 1 o'clock Eastern. And I always say that because there's not very many people in my time zone. But Eastern time zone is where most of my viewers are. That's like Toronto, New York, Miami. That's Eastern time zone. So I usually advertise 1 o'clock Eastern, which is 5 hours different from the UK. So hopefully that clears things up. Who else we got? Yay, Peanut. Yep, Peanut featured prominently in the intro today. I use my iPhone for that, by the way. I have that hooked up to a button, and I've got it on a tripod. Where did she go? Where did she go? Peanut, where are you? I've lost. She's in here somewhere. I just don't know where. Anyways, sorry, making you guys all dizzy. I've got that. My eye. Can you see? Oh no, what am I doing? Getting all confused. That's what I'm using. My iPhone on this little tripod. This great little tripod because it's a selfie stick too, right? And I've been using this one on my walk and talk videos. So anyway, I digress. Where are we? South Florida. Cheryl, how you doing, Cheryl? Peanut has boots on, yep, and they missed her tail. She's got a long raccoon tail as well. But hey, it's an annual thing. Mi Wong, welcome. Happy you could catch this live as well. Oh, there she is. You were behind the curtains. She's a little adventurous today. What happened to little dude's fur? Well, she gets a haircut once a year because the hair is just too much. So she's pretty proud though. She loves it. Hey Barb, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, who else we got? Heartily Happy is here. Life with Miss Donna. Hello, Donna. What did you do to Peanut? I'm glad you're all really concerned about Peanut. Are you taking questions this time? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Hopefully I can get to most of them. Heartily Happy, hello. Oh my God, what have you done to her? Eric. Here's a question. Steph Pink 91. QQQ. For weeks I tried to upload YouTube videos, but thumbnail won't show when published. Using Canva, correct size and settings. When I post a video, thumbnail doesn't show and 0 click rates. Please help. I don't know why it wouldn't show. You have to upload your thumbnail and basically attach it to the video you're uploading. If you've done that, then I don't know why it wouldn't work. So let me I'm just going to bring up my YouTube studio here, and I will share this. Screen, is that the right screen? Yes, it is. Okay, here's my YouTube studio. So what you do, go into content, find the video where you want to upload so if you've already uploaded your video, it'll be listed here, okay? And then you click on this little details icon like this. here is your video, and in here you can change the video title. You can alter your description. Okay, what is this here? New, create video clips. Okay, yep, no, I've heard about that. If we scroll down, right down here, thumbnail. This is where you upload your thumbnail. Okay, so this is the thumbnail I uploaded. Click these three dots. It won't look like this when you've uploaded a new video. You'll have an option to upload several thumbnails if you want to test. But at this point, I can click on options here and I can change my thumbnail. I can choose another one and upload it here. And then after you do that, very important, go back up to the top and this save button here will be black. It'll be highlighted, meaning you have to click it. So I don't have to click it now because I haven't made any changes. If I make a change, like let's just delete one letter there. Now this is black and I have to click it to save my changes. I'm going to put that A back there and it disappears, no changes. Okay, that's where you do it. So if you upload it there, it should work. I don't know why it wouldn't. If it doesn't, I would, I guess, contact YouTube. But I've never heard of that not working. So hopefully that helps. Here we go. Liz Underhill. Hello, Liz. Question, before uploading the first video, should I have a couple of others ready to upload at the same time? So good question. This is something that a lot of people ask. And I have heard people suggest that, oh, you should save them up and then have a whole bunch ready to go, or maybe at least 2 or 3 or whatever. This is an opinion thing. I personally don't believe in that. Not to say you shouldn't try it, but personally, I would just make your video available when it's available. If you've got one video, make the one video, upload it, get to work on your second. Okay? Because, I mean, I feel like if you saved up videos and then upload them all at once, first of all, what you're doing, well, okay, no, you wouldn't have any subscribers, so you don't have to worry about that. Like if you had subscribers and you uploaded several at one time, they're going to be notified, but like on the YouTube homepage, only one of your videos is going to show up. You're not going to get 2 spots there if you have 2 videos you've just uploaded. So that's why I know people, there are some people who have uploaded more than one video in a day. I've never done that. I have uploaded one video a day for, I think I went 12 days in a row doing that. That was just an experiment, and I feel like, you know, that's a lot. That's a lot for my viewers to, that's a lot of time for them to invest in watching all my videos, really. And especially if they're 10 minutes plus long, that's a lot of me to ask you to watch. So I kind of look at it that way, like space them out appropriately. I personally like every 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I haven't been doing that lately, just busy, right? But 1 a week is good. If you have 3 ready, then maybe do it 1 every couple of days, right? Give each video a chance to be seen by subscribers or to be discovered by new people. Give YouTube a chance to kind of test it on people to see if it can learn who your audience is before you upload that next one. That's the approach I would take. But yes, of course, when your subscribers see just one video, they watch your video and then they go to your channel and they see, oh, there's nothing else to watch. I really wouldn't worry about that, because if you think about your channel, say a year from now, let's say a year from now you have 5,000 subscribers, okay? When you upload a new video then, like a year from now plus a day, like your next upload, it's not necessarily going to be seen by the first people who found you, okay? A lot of them may not even be around anymore. And that's kind of an eye-opener for some. Like when you get subscribers, they don't stay forever. Like a good portion of them will. And as long as you stay on topic and within one niche, you'll keep more of them, as long as you keep them, you know, keep providing them with valuable information, whether you're entertaining them or educating them or whatever you're doing. As long as they like your content, they'll stick around. But inevitably, people leave as well. So there's a good chance a year from now, your earliest subscribers, a good portion of them, may not even be around anymore. So I wouldn't even worry about what like your first video should be all about you getting better at making videos. And that's really it. So make one video, upload it, don't even worry about how it does. Like try not to fall into the trap of staring at your analytics, right? And constantly refreshing YouTube Studio on your phone. I'm guilty of that sometimes, but really it's not doing anybody any good. I should be working on my next video, right? Because it's the next video that hopefully will further the discussion or further entertain or educate any new subscribers I'm getting and old ones. Okay, so that's my take on it. It's not the only take, I understand that, but that's mine. So I hope that helps. Is there a streaming platform that allows you to go live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at the same time? Yes, there is. StreamYard. It's probably not the only one. I know it's not the only one. It's the only one I've used. But I've never gone live on more than one platform. I only go live on YouTube. But yeah, StreamYard will let you do that. It works differently than Ecamm Live. Ecamm Live is what I use. I guess she settled down, eh? You settled down? Ecamm Live is what I use. It only works on a Mac. They don't have a Windows version, and it's software that I download. StreamYard is a service you sign up for, and it's browser-based. So you just go to their website, and you link it to your YouTube account, your Facebook account, and Twitter, or whatever else you want to go where you want to go live, Instagram. And then basically the way it works is you're streaming to StreamYard, and on your behalf, StreamYard is streaming out to wherever you want. Okay, so for you, it means only one upload stream, right, coming from wherever you're streaming from. If I were to do that with Ecamm, and I believe I could, I believe I can upload to more than one place, but that would be two streams coming from my computer because I'm not using an intermediate like a StreamYard. So I would need the bandwidth, the upload bandwidth, to be able to do that. And I might be tight on streaming to two different places at one time because I don't have a very fast internet connection for upload speed. I have 15 megabits per second is my max for upload. I'm going to write this down because I want to talk about that. I discovered something new with my uploads. It's going to save me a bunch of time. I'll talk about that in a bit. So yeah, there you go. Check out StreamYard. Okay, you can all hear me. Awesome. Sound is great. Awesome. Hello, Pamela. How you doing? Catherine, good to see you too. 5 a.m. in New Zealand. All right, you're early riser. I think I rose at 5 a.m. too. But yeah, good for you. Thanks for stopping in. I can hear you fine. Artist Studio. Present, sir, from India. Welcome. All right, loud and clear. All right, last week's chat was great. I'm glad you liked it. That was a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys noticed, but well, you wouldn't have noticed early on, but I think Brian talked about it once we went live. I had technical issues trying to get that live. For some reason, one of my cam links went on the fritz, and my main stream camera feed looked weird. I was like squished or something. So I had to quickly do some rewiring, and luckily I had another one. So this is the one I unplugged. Maybe it just got hot, I guess. I haven't even troubleshooted it since. But that's why I only have this camera on and my iPhone, but that's wireless. And I don't have the other one in this stream yet because here's the other cam link. Anyways, it all went fine. I got to expect things like that. Here's another question. Is it possible to edit in parts of other people's video? I'm assuming only with their permission, if you can. So yeah, technically with their permission. That's what you would do. And technically, the proper thing to do would be to maybe reach out and ask for permission. I don't know that a lot of people do that. But you know, I would. But I don't really do that. I don't really include other people's videos in my videos. Not to say that I won't. But yeah, what I would do when I mention people, when I talk about other people's channels, I have taken screenshots or a little video of me scrolling through people's channels. I'm thinking of the videos where I recommended other creators that I think you should check out. And I've included that. But what I would do is I link to them in my description. And all you do is somewhere in your description, you would type the @ symbol. Let's just go back to my, here, I don't think I have any in this one. But if I go back to another video, where was it? There was a video where oh, here, watch these creators. So this video here, that's what I did right there. Those are all the creators that I mentioned in that video. And if you start typing at, type at, and then it'll start filling out subscribers who you're subscribed to, right? And you just click the one, and then you can see that it's grayed here, and that's an active link. So what that means is when they go to their comments section, all these creators, if they go to their comments section to answer their comments, if they click on the mentions tab at the top, they will see that they've been mentioned by me here. Okay, so that's how that works. If you ever want to do a shout out to a creator or to anybody with a YouTube channel, that's how you do it. You put it in the description, and it's a proper link, and they don't necessarily get notified, but if they actively go in and click on the mentions tab, they'll see it. And I usually go into mine once a week or so. That's not something I actively look at all the time, not as active as answering my comments. So yeah, that's what I would do. Detroit, Michigan, good afternoon. Detroit Lions, go Lions. We've got, let's see. Oh, Catherine says, I used to do that with 2 devices on Instagram and Facebook, but there's probably an app. Oh, you use 2 devices. Okay, very good. Yeah, StreamYard. Although, do they have can you do that with mobile? I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while, it's been over a year since I used StreamYard. Okay. Awesome to hear questions will be taken today. Yep, but I know I'm already falling behind, but that's just the way this goes. Hello from Julie here in Maine, right across the lake from you. Yeah, that lake called the Atlantic Ocean. Awesome. Or the Gulf of St. Lawrence, I guess, if you're in Maine, depending on how close you are to New Brunswick. Welcome. Breaking Free, finally caught you live. Love your content and positive attitude. Gathering courage to start my channel. Thank you for all you do. Good luck with it. Have fun. That's the main thing. Have fun. Good luck. Don't worry if you don't know how to do everything. Just jump right in and you'll learn as you go. Those first videos don't have to be perfect. That's something I like to stress to people too. They're worried about getting started. Oh, I don't want to post this yet. I'm not good enough editor yet. I'm not a good enough speaker on camera or making videos. I want to wait until I'm better. My advice is don't. I waited, and I wish I hadn't. I spent a lot of time researching stuff. I ended up spending too much money on stuff that I don't use. A lot of the stuff I don't use. Cool stuff to have, I guess. And I guess I like tech gear, which is a good thing. And I'm finding ways to use it all. But quite honestly, if you have a phone, that's all everything else can be free. You can use free stuff. If you have a phone, you have a camera, okay? And if your phone is 5 years old or newer, then it's a really good camera. Like I'm familiar with iPhones, so the iPhone 12, 5 years old, more than enough video power to use that to make videos. That's totally fine. And you don't even need a mic, right? You can just use the mic that's in the phone if you want, especially if you're inside. Now, if you're outside, you might want to do something about the wind noise. And you could level up your audio, but you don't have to. I know people who have made videos that have gotten millions of views, and they only use their phone and their mic in their phone. Okay, and then you can use, CapCut, the free version, to edit your videos. You can use Canva, the free version, to make your thumbnails, and getting a YouTube account is free. Upload it, and that's it. Maybe use ChatGPT if you need some help with video ideas. All free. But all have paid versions if you want to level any of those things up, but you don't need to. So yeah, good luck. You like my voice for some reason, Arun. Thank you, I appreciate that. I didn't when I first heard it, and that's the thing with most people. Most people, when they first hear their voice, it's like, oh my God, I hate the way I sound, which is totally normal because you're not used to hearing what you sound like. Let's see. For weeks I tried to I think I already answered that one for Steph Pink. Hopefully that helped. Love watching you from Texas. Twin mom Kara. How you doing, Kara? How to find what to make videos about. it's not so much how to find what to make videos about. You just have to figure out what you want to make videos about, and that's kind of a personal thing. So, I mean, you could. What I would do is I would start by brainstorming and write down everything you're good at. And if that's a short list, then start thinking about things that you're passionate about. What do you like? What do you like to talk about when you're with friends and family? What interests you, right? Write all these things down. And then you can kind of look at these things and maybe start searching on YouTube to see what other people are doing in those niches. Like what kind of videos are they making? And can you see yourself making those videos? That's where I would start, quite honestly. And because it's got to be something you're passionate about, so you stick with it. It's got to be something you enjoy talking about, so you'll stick with it. Because it could be a long game. I mean, there are some people who get successful channels and start making money, only weeks or months after starting, but that's not the norm. Normally, it takes longer than that. It may take years. It may take a year. It really depends on how much time you have to devote to it and how much time you have not to devote to making the videos, but to diving in and figuring out how to get better at making videos and getting better as you go. Okay, so there you go. There you go. That's what I would do to find a niche. Carolyn in California, how you doing? Thomas Taylor, the roundtable last week was phenomenal. I'm glad you liked it. Awesome. Let's see. Okay, let me just speed up here, look for some questions. There's a big difference between the watch hours on the front page of the Studio app and on the monetization page on the app. Why is that? So a couple reasons. One could be your channel is more than a year old. Okay, so the monetization, the hours required to get monetized, YouTube only counts the watch hours from the last year, the last 365 days specifically. Not a calendar year. It's 365 days. So today, it is what? It's June 10th. So the watch hours that YouTube looks at to see if you're eligible are the watch hours from June 10th, 2025, all the way back to June 11th, 2024. And tomorrow, the whole thing advances a day and advances a day the next day and so on. Okay, so that could be the reason. Another reason that I've only recently kind of found out, because I did a video on it last week or the week before, and that's to do with YouTube promotions. If you have promoted any of your videos, that is paid for basically views and even legit views. Like YouTube offers that as a service, YouTube Promote, okay? You can promote your videos. You can pay YouTube and they will, basically treat your videos like ads and they will show up and people may click on them and watch them and so on. Watch hours from promoted videos don't count towards your monetization. Subscribers that you get from those, I believe they do count because that's a little bit more of an active thing. If they really liked your stuff and they want to see more, they'll hit subscribe. And also, if somebody who clicked on a promoted video watches it and then clicks to watch something else from you, that watch of the something else would count, okay? But not the promoted stuff directly. That doesn't count. So if you've done that, that could be a reason you're seeing a difference as well. Okay, so hope that helps. You deserve to be having fun. I am having fun. Thank you, Peter. Harold, first-time viewer looking to create my first channel. Hope to get a lot of info. I hope you do too. I hope you do too, and best of luck with it. Have fun. Enjoy the whole thing. We'll take what we can get. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dots. Rock the Dots. Good evening from Italy. Belgium present. Catherine is here, and Catherine is New Zealand. I know that. Awesome. Rebounding with Cheryl is here. I think South Florida, if I remember correctly. I'm going to try to actively remember where everyone's from. It's really hard, though. I'm not even good with names, so I like that there's pictures here. And when you have your first name and your channel name, I can see your first name. That helps me a lot. If you don't, then... So, Renegade's Garage. I'm going to call you Renegade because I can't remember what your name is. But that's okay. That's okay. So we got London is here. Kate is here. Hello, hello, Kate. Liz from Ontario. Hello, Liz. How to handle channel trolls. You could get, actually, I wonder where Lee is. I haven't seen Lee in a while. I hope he's okay. But Lee was or is, if he comes back, I haven't seen him in over a month, I think, a moderator. So what you could do is somebody who comes to your live streams a lot and that you get to know well and that you trust, you can set them up as a channel moderator and just say, hey, if you don't mind, you're here anyways. If you see anything that probably should be deleted, would you mind doing that for me? And a moderator can do that. So you can set that up in your YouTube studio. The way I'm handling it today is if I see, maybe you guys will let me know if something gets posted that shouldn't be there, and I will delete it. That's what you can do. You can right-click a message, or just click on a message. I'm actually, can I show you that? Let's see. Just so you know what it looks like, I will, it's the best way to do this. Let's go iPhone. Let me turn this around and point it like this. Sorry. So here is the live chats that I'm seeing. So I could go to, well, let's pick on New Dawn here. I can click, oh, it's moving. I can click on it, and here we go. I can report, I can remove this comment, I can put the user in timeout, I can hide the user in this channel, or I can add them as a moderator. Oh, I didn't know I could do that right from here. I can do that right from here. But we're not going to do that. Let's just click away. But yeah, that's how you do that. And let me set this back up again. There we go. Let's call that we'll call that the Peanut Cam. Looks like she's down there getting a snack. Right, Peanut? Okay, all right. All right, so that's how you handle channel trolls. Renegade is in Florida. Nicola says hi to Cheryl. I shouldn't be clicking on all of these, should I? Natural Bridge, Virginia. I've never heard of Natural Bridge. Sounds cool. Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. Awesome. New Jersey, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Germany. Awesome. Smack that like button. Only if you like it. Hit that like button. Appreciate that. Oh, we've got a down. We've got an unlike, a dislike. Sorry, whatever I did wrong to cause you to not like this, I am sorry, whoever that was, but they're probably gone. If they dislike this, they're probably out of here. Alrighty, what else we got? South Georgia, Texas. Awesome. Hi from Dartmouth. One Mash Life. Oh, I knew that. Yes, Dartmouth. That's 30, 40 minutes from here. So hello, neighbor. Lithuania. Awesome. Awesome. Pennsylvania. Here's a question. Are you still just using your phone? How do you explain me working so hard with cameras, lenses, pro lighting, gimbals, and having zero success, and you using a phone having wild success? Okay. No, I'm not just using a phone. So when I make my videos outside, yes, I just use my phone. Right now my phone is down here. As you probably noticed, I'm using two cameras today. So this is my phone, and I have it on a tripod. And this is the very same tripod I've been using lately. I just bought this like a month ago. I've been using outside. So what I do is I collapse the tripod like that. So now it's a selfie stick. I turn it around because I look at that camera, and I angle it a little bit like this. I extend it a little bit. And there we go. I'm all set up to, oh, not quite all set up. I'll then get my mic and plug the receiver into the phone and attach the other end of my shirt. And then that'll give me better audio, especially outside. The microphone on a phone, or on iPhones anyways, is not great, especially with wind. Okay, so you need to put one of those dead cats on it, sorry, Peanut, one of those fuzzy, wind muffs or wind guard, windshield on them, and then that'll stop the wind noise. And they're really cheap, inexpensive, but they work. So yeah, but right now, no, I'm using a Sony. This is a Sony A6400. Kind of goes back to the whole thing where I said I wish I had started sooner, instead of spending so much time researching all the stuff that I thought I needed, and bought a lot of stuff. So I bought this camera 4 years ago, over almost 5 years ago, I think. And the lens. So this camera and lens are great. and I use it indoors. I never take this camera and lens outside. I use my phone for that because it's just easier. It's just easy. It's light. This camera would be heavier. This camera is around $1,000 US as well. But again, you don't need it. If you want a multi-camera setup for doing live streams like this, or even for doing videos, if you want multiple camera angles, well, then you're going to need more than one camera. So most people have, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but a lot of people, most people I think today, have a camera on their phone. Okay, if you have a mobile phone, it probably has a camera. And so you have one there. Now, if you wanted another camera, it's up to you what you do. You could use a GoPro. You could use a camera like this. You can. There are cheaper alternatives as well. Yeah. So, anyways, what was your question? Are you still just using your phone? So for outside, yes, and that's all I ever plan on using outside because it's good enough. And I think it looks good. I mean, you can do some color grading as well on the footage you get from a phone. But how do you explain me working so hard with cameras, lenses, pro lighting, gimbals, and having zero success? It has nothing to do with your equipment, is all I can really say. Equipment is secondary. The primary thing you have to focus on is your content. What message are you giving? Are you helping people? Okay, that's the first thing I usually go to. That's not the only way to make videos. That's the method I subscribe to. I believe if you make videos that help other people, those other people will be thankful. They will like it. They'll perhaps subscribe if they want to hear more from you, and they'll come back if you continue to help them. Okay, and if you are engaging, if you try to start the conversation in your videos, if you talk to the people, look in the camera. I'm not a big believer in AI videos either. I'll say that right now. I'm a big believer in AI. I use ChatGPT all the time, although it was down a good chunk of today, which was kind of an eye-opener. It's like, oh my, am I getting too attached to this ChatGPT thing? Like, maybe that's not a good thing. But anyways, it was down for several hours. Anyways, you may or may not know that. Where was I going with that? Yeah, it's the videos you make. It's the content you're making. It has to be made. People have to want to watch your videos because if they do, YouTube takes notice and then they'll push your videos out more. That's what it is. If your video is highly produced using expensive equipment and top of the line microphones and lighting and all this stuff, it's right up over the top, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if your message is not good. And I'm not saying yours is, I have no idea, but I'm just saying it's the message that matters. If you make a video and the information you're sharing is awesome and people is like, yeah, no, this is good. I like this. I'm learning something here. Or I'm being entertained here. I really like this. That's not my approach, but that's one way. Make entertaining videos or make educational videos. Either way, if people want to watch more and they're watching and they're continuing to watch for a long time, that's all good stuff. And even if your video quality is not that good and your audio quality is not that good and your lighting is not that good, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it can help if your message is subpar. Let's say you're just getting used to talking to the camera and you're not that good yet at talking to the camera. You want to get better, so you're making videos, and that's practice, and that's awesome. That's great. But you feel like it could be better. So, in that case, might better sounding audio help you? What? Come on up. Come on up. Might better sounding audio help you? Yes, it might. It doesn't hurt. But then, you got to look at your budget. Like maybe it's not necessary. But sometimes, but that's the trap I fell into too. I wasn't that good at making videos. So let's buy a camera. Let's buy a lens. Let's buy some lights. Let's, all the stuff. Let's get the best tripod, whatever, microphone. So I totally get it. It's frustrating. You spend a lot of money, you're making videos, and you're not getting the results that you think you should be. It's frustrating. I get that. But all I can suggest is use what you have. At this point, it sounds like you have some good gear. Use that. Don't buy anything else and focus on making better videos. That's all. Or I shouldn't even say it that way, because some people think of good videos as videos that look good or sound good. The quality of the actual picture is good. The cinematography is good. Even the storyline, like the plot, is good, whatever. That's not what I mean when I say make better videos. What I mean is make videos that people will watch, whether they're good or not. If people watch them, then YouTube thinks it's good, it'll push it out more. All right, so, and actually that's kind of what my last two videos were about. 2 videos ago, what was it? What was that, Peanut? What was it? Let's go back here. I can't see my stream deck. Can you move? Let's go back here. Go back to channel content. Yeah, try this instead. Stop making videos for yourself is a video I made, and try this instead. So basically, if you haven't watched that, the message was stop making videos that you like, but make videos that other people like, that people want to watch. That's what the message was there. And a lot of people disagreed with me, which is great, which is fine. Peanut, you're going to knock stuff off. You got to go down. I'm going to have to let her out soon. Not outside, out of this office. So yeah, I made that video, and so I made a follow-up video. Some people ask, how do I get video ideas? Well, I got my next video idea from the comments of this video. Okay, so I said, they called me out. Am I wrong? So basically, someone said, oh, I think you should have a mix. You know, you should make videos that you want to make, but also make videos that other people want to make. Other people said, if you just make videos for other people, then you're just kind of a slave to the algorithm, right? You're not being true to yourself. I don't buy that. I'm not an artist, okay? Like, if somebody is an artist, well, I guess if you're a creator, you're kind of an artist, I guess. But I've never considered myself an artist. I'm an engineer. I'm logic-based thinking is what I do. And, you know, as actually somebody, and I apologize, I forget your name, who said this, but somebody today said something about David Bowie and the fact that what do you say? Oh God, I can't remember how. I should be more prepared. But anyway, something about musicians selling out. Okay, musicians wouldn't sell out. They wouldn't create stuff only for, and if they do, other musicians don't like them as much or whatever. But David Bowie was the example he used, and I actually did some little bit of research on it, and I found that, well, like, because David Bowie, he started out making a little more obscure stuff back in the 70s. I forget how early he started, but early 70s, I want to say. And he had some popular songs, but a lot that were not popular. But then in the 80s, when I was going through high school, I remembered like Let's Dance and Dancing in the Streets. And, well, that wasn't, but Let's Dance is the example that I found, is a song that did amazing in the charts and probably made him a lot of money. But it was, let me switch the camera back. He didn't like it. Like later on, he admitted that, like, that was kind of made for pop reasons, right? It wasn't one of my favorite moments in terms of being a creator or an artist. Okay, and I think that's where this commenter was going. If you're just a slave to the algorithm, you're only trying to make videos that are going. No, you can't go back there. You're going to unplug something. Then you're not being true to yourself. And I don't buy that. I guess I would buy that if I was an artist and if I was painting something and I only painted stuff that I think other people would like, and I'm not painting for my own reasons, right? I guess there is some truth to that, but what's the problem? I don't see an issue with making videos that your audience wants to see. Like, I now have an audience. Okay, there's people that I have subscribers. There's people that come back. You guys are here today listening to me talk. And presumably, many of you want to do this as well. Probably already are, a lot of you. And you're looking for advice. So I'm sharing what I learn as I go, and I'm trying to grow my channel as well. So I make stuff that I think you guys want to watch. Okay, I don't really see anything wrong with that. But how did I go down that that was a tangent. I'm not sure how I went down there, but Beach Bum, I hope I answered your question. Good luck with leveling up your channel. And yeah, don't buy anything else. Oh, here you go. You said kidding, sort of. No worries at all. It's all good conversation. Harold's in New York. Hello, Harold. We had to go out. Good morning. Living the life on Vancouver Island. Awesome. I've actually never been to BC, and I'm going next week with my son. We're going to go golfing in Whistler. I think I was always afraid to go out west because I love the ocean, and I know they have an ocean out west too. So I thought I might like it too much, and it might be too beautiful. I won't come home, but I've stayed on the East Coast. So welcome, Kate. Tony is here. Augustine, I've been making shorts, but now want to get into long-form content. Is editing long-form pretty simple from my phone? Any suggested apps or tools? Yeah, editing a long-form video should be just as simple as editing a short, I would think. I don't edit from my phone just because, to me, the screen is too small. So I edit on my computer. So what I do, I film on my phone, and then I airdrop it from my iPhone to my MacBook. If I didn't have a MacBook, if I had a Windows-based computer, I would plug it in to my computer and move it that way. If that didn't work, I would upload it from my phone to Google Drive and then log onto my computer and download it from my Google Drive, edit it then. But anyways, that's not what you asked. How would you edit it on your phone? CapCut has a mobile version. You can edit on that. I believe iMovie as well is another free app that comes on iPhones. Again, I'm an iPhone user, so I don't know if you are or not. If you're not, iMovie wouldn't be on your phone, but maybe there's something else. But CapCut is quite a popular one, and I don't see why you couldn't use that to edit long-form videos either. I have on a computer. CapCut has a computer version as well. Okay, so let me exhale. I feel like I'm amped up, which is weird because I'm off energy drinks still. It's been maybe 2 months now, but let me just slow down. Let me take a drink. Got a new water jug. All right, moving on. Shaney, first time catching from Philly, PA. Awesome, welcome. Glad you could make it. Aaron has a question. I wanted to ask you, is it okay to go live right at the beginning, starting my YouTube journey if I'm comfortable with it? Yes, 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 absolutely it is. Live stream is a great way to help level up your channel, to help your channel grow. If you combine live streams with making video content, that's a magical combination because you can advertise your live streams from your videos, right? When you're signing off your videos, tell people you go live every Tuesday. In your live streams, you can talk about your videos, right? It goes, right? One can feed off the other. And also when you're live, like right now, there may be people finding me on the YouTube homepage, people who may not be subscribed to me yet, but maybe have watched a video, or maybe they haven't watched one of my videos, but they've watched other creators' videos that are similar to mine, and YouTube thinks, oh, this person might like this person's live. I feel like YouTube pushes live streams even more so than regular videos. There's a lot fewer, actually that's something I should look up. How many live streams, how many new live streams are created every day versus how many new videos are uploaded every day? I wonder what that is. And maybe that has something to do with why I feel like live streams are pushed more. So I would absolutely do that. Even if you're going live and you have no subscribers, you're going live to nobody, give it a try. Have something ready to talk about, right? In case people show up. But be prepared for nobody to show up. And be prepared just to kind of make a video live. Like give a demonstration or a presentation or talk about something or share your thoughts on something, whatever it is. People may show up. And if they do, acknowledge them. First of all, say, oh, somebody's here, welcome. Now, you're not going to know who showed up. Like right now, I'm looking at a number, 172 people in this live stream now. Awesome, thank you guys. So I know there's 172 people. I don't know who they are. Oh, 191, it just jumped. I don't know who they are, but I know I can look at the chat. So you only know who's in your live stream when they leave a chat message, okay? Now, at this point, there's a lot of chat messages coming in, and I'm not at the current. Audacity Training says, I've gone live to nobody. Great. How did it go? I'd be interested. I've done that too. My first live stream, there was nobody. I told my son I was going live, and I think I had 3 subscribers. No, I had more at the time, but nobody showed up until later on. March of 2024, when I kind of restarted this channel with a plan. So a little over a year ago, when I went live for the first time in a while. I had done it before, but it had been a while, and now I'm restarting the channel. March 2024. When I went live, I had 4 peak viewers. I was live for 90 minutes, I think, and I had 4 people. The next week I had 7, and then the week after that was even more, and so on, and it just kind of grew. And a year later, it's getting close to 200. So yeah, it's great. I'm a big believer in live streams, and I have to get off my butt and make that video telling you guys exactly how to do this because it can be super easy. Super easy. Doesn't have to be hard. All right. Let's see. Oh, Harold says, I want to take my first steps to creating a channel. Looking forward to phasing out from my 9 to 5. Okay, I'm glad you said phase out. Because I do not want anybody to quit your job and start YouTube, right? Start YouTube while you're still working, especially if you need an income, because it could be a while before you make money from YouTube. Which, treat it as a hobby first, and then hopefully you can turn it into something if you want to. Not everybody does want to. Not everybody wants to work YouTube like a business or like a job, right? Which is kind of what you have to do if you want to grow it. There are some things you need to do. So anyway, phasing out. I like that. Tom, how you doing, Tom? Good to see you again. Marco Island in Florida, I believe, checking in. Question, are you currently filming on your iPhone, or do you have a special camera for your live setup? So what you're seeing right now is not my iPhone. It's a Sony a6400 with a Sigma lens. And if I press a button here, there, that is my phone. This is my iPhone now, okay? So with my iPhone, I'm going to turn it around to show you what you were looking at me on. It's that camera there, which is plugged into my computer, okay? But my iPhone, now I'm going to switch views again. So you'll see the iPhone there. Now you're seeing the iPhone from that camera. This is wireless. And the only reason I'm able to do that is because it's an iPhone by Apple, and it's a MacBook by Apple. When you have that, you can wirelessly use your iPhone as your camera when you're live streaming from your MacBook. Okay, it's very handy. I love it. So yeah, and I think you can do it from an iPad as well, although I haven't tried that. Maybe someday I will. But I don't think the iPad has as good a camera as, well, it depends on what iPad you have, I suppose. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Just curious, what is your nautical background? All right, for those who are interested, so nothing job related. I grew up here near the ocean, took sailing lessons when I was 13 years old. Then I was a sailing instructor. I taught other kids from when I was 16 till 18 or 19. I was an instructor and taught people how to sail, taught adults as well. I used to race, lasers, but I've sailed all kinds of different boats. And I've done a couple of Marblehead races, and if you guys don't know what that is, it's local to this part of the world. If you're familiar with Boston, the yacht club in Boston, or just outside of Boston, is called Marblehead. And they have a race every 2 years from Marblehead to Halifax, Nova Scotia. And it's, I don't know what it is. Is it 300 nautical miles long, I think? And yeah, so I've raced that a couple times. I've also sailed my parents' boat from New York to Halifax, all the way, up New York, up the coast, inside Long Island Sound, inside Cape Cod, and then across to Nova Scotia. So I've done some offshore stuff, but that's pretty much it. Mostly it's just, so yeah, I'm a maritimer. That's my nautical background. I've never worked for the Navy or anything like that. That's my background. So there you go. So yeah, so I now know how to tie bolins. I used to teach people how to tie bolins, and I made a video on how to tie a bolin. If you're interested, you can go back and see that. See that video on my channel. It did horribly on my channel, by the way. All right. Can you offer any tips that keep audiences watching longer? Obviously, I need to be more interesting, but maybe editing tips that you can offer up. Okay, yes, I can. So some editing tips. Now, keeping in mind, the more editing you do, the longer it's going to take you to edit. So, you know, that's not usually my first go-to. First tip is don't make your videos any longer than you have to, okay? If you have 4 minutes of information to share, don't try to make a 10-minute video out of that 4 minutes of information. People will know that you're trying to stretch it out, right? So that's one thing. In fact, if you think you have 4 minutes of information, try to make a 3-minute video out of it, right? If you're delivering, you know, good information, bang, 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 people will keep watching. If it's good information, if it's information they want and need, okay? So that's the number one thing. Number two, pay attention to your intros and try to make them tight. And what I mean by that is spend some time figuring out what your first 1 or 2 sentences are going to be and try to say something that, I don't love the term hook, but that's the term people use, that hooks your viewers in so that they want to keep watching to the end. Now, there's some tricks that people used to use and still use that I don't love, and I don't think a lot of people love them. For example, in this video, I'm going to give you the 5 reasons why I think you need to start YouTube. And don't leave early because that 5th tip or the 4th tip is my most important. So stick around and make sure you watch that one, okay? That rubs me a little bit the wrong way. Not that there's anything totally wrong with that, I get, but that's almost like an amateurish way to try to get people to stick around. I personally think it's better to give the best tip first, okay? Hit them with the best one right away. And then it's like, oh, wow, yeah, no, wow, that's great information. What else you got? Well, then I'll get you with the second best tip. And you'll be like, okay, you know, that's pretty good too. Yeah, no, I can do that too. What else you got? Right? So that's kind of the way I look at it, that I think works better. Now, again, I don't consider myself an expert in hooking people in to watching my videos. Mostly what I do is, I mean, I've kind of gotten an audience that enjoys my content, and I've heard a lot of comments. People just like the way I talk, like that I'm not super fast. I don't tighten up all of my speaking and remove all of my ums and ahs and pauses. Right? I leave a lot of that in because that's authenticity, and I feel like, well, I know people have told me that they like that about my channel and the way I deliver my information. Just being myself, just being authentic. So if you can do that, appear more real, like be more real, leave in some mistakes, right? People are pretty forgiving. If you're giving valuable information, they're going to be forgiving with some mistakes. Like if you say, oh no, that's not what I meant. Where was I going with that? Oh yes, right. Like something like that, I'll leave that in. Now, if my pause was, where was I going with that? And if I actually paused for like 30 seconds trying to remember what I was saying, I'm going to cut some of that out. And you may notice that in some of my editing, because then I'll go, oh yes, right. So I'll leave in the first part of that where it's, you know, I'm trying to remember what I was saying, but then I'll get back to it. Okay. I don't want to waste your time that much. So that's, oh, we just hit 200 viewers. Awesome. Thanks guys. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. Awesome. Well, you guys are part of history. This is my best live stream ever, right? 200 concurrent viewers. That's amazing. Awesome. Anyways, not supposed to get all wrapped up in that kind of stuff, right? But I'm kind of a numbers freak. I do. So yeah, that's another tip. And then your intro, here's where I'm going to go against a little bit of my advice. When I say be authentic, leave in mistakes and all that stuff, that's great for 99% of your video. But for the first 10 to 30 seconds, that part needs to be tight. Okay, so in that part, I will often edit that a little more tightly. Did I say that right? I will remove some pauses, or I will spend more time trying to get it right. And that's going to result in a bunch of false starts, right? I'll start the video and then I won't like the way that was, so I'll reset and I'll start again. I'll keep recording through it all, and that's why I sometimes end up with a bunch of bloopers that I'll put at the end of my videos. I haven't done that in a while. Should I do that again? What do you guys think? Should I put more? Is it time for me to put some bloopers at the end of a video? Let me know. So yeah, make sure your intro is tight and that it aligns with what your thumbnail and title promised the viewer, right? Thumbnail, title, that's the promise that you're giving the viewer and you're trying to get them to click. So if they click it and now your video opens up, start delivering on that promise you made, right? Start giving them information right away. I don't even think that's the best place to introduce yourself. Like introducing yourself at the beginning of a video, get that 1 or 2 sentences out, like this is what we're doing, or start delivering information right away. And then, take a breather and say, oh, if you're new here, hi, my name is Rob and blah, blah, blah. That's kind of the way I like to do it now. Sometimes I forget and I'll do it at the very end of the video and introduce who I am. But since my name is in my channel name right below the video, even if I forget to say who I am, people will be able to know my first name anyways, just by glancing below the video. So anyway, there's some tips. I've got more, but I should probably keep going because I'm way behind on the on the questions here. All right, let me take a drink and look for a question. Okay, I'm going to answer this one here. Cheryl, my 4K video took over an hour to cut 3 seconds out on YouTube Studio. Should have just leave the pause. I mean, if you really felt like you had, I know YouTube Studio Editor is slow. I've gone in and done some things like removed some accidental copyrighted music that got captured in a live stream before, and I've used the editor to get rid of that. And it took a long time. And so I'm of the opinion that I want to make sure my video is good before I upload it to YouTube Studio because I don't want to have to edit it afterwards. But yeah, if you left a pause in there, if your pause was in the middle of the video or closer to the end, I would leave it there. If it's in your intro, then I would think it's probably important to tighten that up, right? The first 10 to 30 seconds or so, 20 seconds, whatever. The first bit of the part that's going to basically convince the viewer to stick around. That part, I would make sure there's no pauses. But try to do it before you upload it because, as you found out, it takes a while to... and I don't know if the fact that it's 4K has anything to do with it. It's just... I'm not sure. But I know it takes a while to edit through YouTube Studio. 4 hours ahead of Alaska. Yes. Yes. So Alaska would be the same as BC and California, I guess, because again, that's where I'm going in a week, about a week. Yeah, a week tomorrow. Going to, so yeah, I will be here for the live stream next Tuesday. But then the next day I'm flying to Vancouver and I'm gone for a week, coming back the following Wednesday. So that Tuesday, whatever day it is, not next week, but the one after, the 24th, Tuesday the 24th, I will not be live. I don't think, unless my son and I go live. Yeah, maybe, well, depends on what we're doing, I guess. It might be in a bar or something in Whistler. But yeah, maybe I will go live on the 24th from BC. My son and I. I've had my son in the live stream here before. But never like side by side at the same time. But maybe we'll do that. Anyway, all right. Your little giggles are cute. Oh, thank you. Now I'm going to be conscious of my giggles. I'll try not to giggle. Oh, there, I can't. It's part of who I am. Noel's Banjo Journey. How you doing? Colorado. Actually, 2 of the 3 creators I had last week were from Colorado. Brian Johnson and Ty Myers were both in Colorado, and they didn't know each other until then. All right. Who are we? Or where are we? Oh, here we go. 4K videos not needed. 1080p is fine for most videos. 4K just makes things take longer. You're right, Peter, although I do it. I upload all mine in 4K. But I found something that's going to help me. You guys may have noticed or may have heard me complain about my slow upload speed. I've been rendering my videos in 4K. I shoot in 4K on my phone and on this. This is 1080p. All my live streams are 1080p or HD. But the videos I upload are 4K. And they take, well, 4K video is 4 times the file size as an HD video, roughly. But turns out I was rendering my videos at too high a bit rate, a bit rate that was unnecessary for YouTube videos. Okay, so I've dialed that down, and my videos are now a third of the size that they were. so I've cut my upload time. So something that used to take me an hour will now take me 20 minutes, right? So that's awesome. So anyway, thought I would share that. You'd think I'd know that, right? I'm actually trying to help people make YouTube videos, and yet I was doing something like that. But hey, it's all about learning as you go. Maddie K, how you doing? Good to see you. Can't wait to talk on the coaching call. Tess. Oh, Tess, how you doing? Yes, can't wait for the call. Absolutely. I've got Southern Wales is here. Loving the rope in shot. Oh, the rope. Yeah, there's a rope. I can tie a bowline live if you want. I absolutely can. How many videos do you make before you started to really pick up viewers and subscribers in the triple digits? Let me take a quick look. And this is something I can share with you guys. Let me share this, and I've shared this before, but this, okay, so here's a little segue. If you guys want this spreadsheet, you can download it for free. There's a link down below. I call it the Stats Tracker. It's the spreadsheet I made, and it's just very simple. I use it to track my progress on a monthly basis. So going back to January 2021, that's when I created the channel, I think a few months before that, but that's when I created my first videos. I uploaded 9 my first month, and at the end of the month, I had 6 subscribers. All right, so this is what I track. I track my views. This is the views every month. This is a running total of the views. Here's the watch time monthly, and then the running total. And then I created another column once a year went by, the running total, but only of the previous 12 months. Okay, so like here, even though I had 3,200 watch hours, only 3,000 of them were from the previous 12 months. Okay, so your question, how long did it take before I got into the triple digits of subscribers? Right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months. 8 months, I got 127 subscribers after 8 months. But I made 9 videos that first month, and then there were 8 months where I didn't make any videos at all. I made my 10th video here, and then 2 months off, and then another video, right? But as you can see, I was still getting new subscribers every month. This month I had 78 new subscribers. I had posted a video there the month before, 33 new subscribers, but I hadn't made a video in 9 months, 8, 9 months. Okay, so that's how long that took. There was another little spurt here of a few months where I made some videos. That was a busy month right there, March. Made 9 videos. These were all on Camtasia. And then that's when I started did my first live stream right there. I did 3 that month. Okay. And if you look at my watch time for each month, that was my best month. I did live streams. Watch time went way up. That was a record month. The next month, another record. It came back here, but I only did 2 live streams. And then I went way up there, only 1 live stream, 1 video. And then we moved. So at that point, I moved, built a house, and I took a whole bunch of time off. But look, things kept growing. 1,100 subscribers, 1,300, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm not posting videos. It just kept growing. I had to tear down my office and rebuild it in the new house here. And it wasn't until July 2023 I kind of started to get back into it again, but not really. I did 4 videos. Anyway, that'll give you an idea how long. Where things really started to take off was, I mentioned last March 2024. That's kind of when I got a plan together, and it's like, all right, I'm doing this. 3 videos a week, 1 live stream every week. And so that month I did, it was towards the end of March that I started doing that. I did 2 live streams that month, but then from then on, I did a lot more. So I was still at 300, watch hours per month, which is right around where you have to be, where you have to average for a year to get your 4,000 in a year. What is it? 4,000 divided by 12 is 333 or something like that. But then the very next month, 800 watch hours. It's like, okay, I'm on my way. We're at 3,400 now. The next month, 1,300. And boom, there it was. I'm over 4,000. I'm over 3,000 subscribers. 1,000 is all you needed. And I made my first, $37 that first month. But you need to make at least $100 before YouTube sends you any money. So it wasn't until this next month where I made $200 that I got my first check, and it was $250 or whatever it was. And then I had that viral video, and things kind of took off from there. But anyway, I hope that helped. And I made a video that kind of shows all that and explains a whole bunch of the steps that I went through. Basically, my first year in the journey. And that one is actually a better place. I should just go to my channel. It is this one right here, the one that YouTube. So 3 months ago, how much YouTube paid me my first year being monetized. I had 30,000 subscribers 3 months ago. If you want more details, watch that video, and I lay it all out. All right, so I hope that helped. Now I'm going to speed up the scrolling here. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to miss some of the, but I just want to get to the questions now. What are we at? We're over an hour already. Let me know. Actually, let me just take a drink. Ty Myers is in the house. How you doing, Ty? Good to see you. Welcome back. I'm not very good at following the live because I'm kind of going through the questions, but wonderful. Thank you. Awesome. Question. Okay, I'll grab this question right from, I should remove this one from the, there we go. I just saw a question that just came in from Core Reet Mom's daughter. Says, is it okay to be live daily if you are getting good views? Sure, why not? Yeah, absolutely. It all depends on your content. I mean, your audience will tell you if you're going live too much. You may notice, things start to decrease. But if you want to start off going daily, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. Try not to burn yourself out. Just do what you can do. But yeah, absolutely you can do that. Thanks. I'm getting 50,000 in my each live. 50,000, 50K, 50,000? Really? Like views? That's pretty amazing if you are. Maybe I misunderstood though. Catherine says, what is the set as premiere option when uploading a video? So what that is if you upload a video and set it to make it a premiere, which I've never done actually, but I know what it is. It basically means you and your subscribers get to watch it together, okay? And there'll be a live chat and that you can answer questions in and you can participate and chat with your audience as you're all watching it live. So if you set something to premiere, if somebody, let's say it's a 20-minute video and you're 15 minutes into it, if somebody clicks to watch that, they can't watch it from the beginning yet because it's still premiering. They would jump in at the 15-minute mark, which is where you are. Okay, it's almost like a live stream. But as soon as it's over, then people can all, watch it whenever they want. So it's not something I've ever done myself, but a lot of people do. I think it's great probably for like releasing a new service or product or, or give it a try. That's all I can really say. Like try it and see if you like the experience and see how your video does. But don't feel like you have to do it all the time. I don't think people do it all the time, but it's something you can try. How important is impressions versus views? All things Ron. So the difference is your click-through rate, okay? Impressions and views. So impressions, all that is when your thumbnail is shown on somebody's YouTube homepage, okay? If your thumbnail is shown as an option for them to click, you know, it might be one of 9 or 16 options, that's an impression. If they don't click on it, they're not going to see your video. So the click-through rate is the percentage of times that people actually click on an impression. So if YouTube gives your thumbnail thumbnail and title 100 impressions, but only 5 people actually click it and watch your video, you'll get a 5% click-through rate. 5% of the people clicked the impression. Okay? So, but it's only views that count towards, you know, watch hours and things like that. All right, let me get back to, I'm going to go back to the middle of the chat here just to see if there are any other questions. Do you upload thumbnails as JPEG or PNG? And also, how do you contact YouTube, as doesn't seem to be an email? Thanks. I upload mine as PNG, and I don't have a good answer for why I do. I just know that PNG is a newer format than JPEG or JPG. Yeah, it probably doesn't matter. You can do it as JPEG or PNG. It really doesn't matter. Also, how do you contact YouTube? Probably through the website. Yeah, there wouldn't be a direct email address. You might be able to submit a support ticket. That's not something I've done either, actually. I've heard that some people have a hard time getting a hold of them. Yeah, so I can't really help with that. I'm sorry. Make Peanut a fantasy story video? Said, hi, rock on. Yeah, I could make a video with, actually, I was going to make a channel for Peanut, but I haven't yet. I set it up, but, and there were subscribers, but I haven't done anything with it. All right, let's see here. Looking for more questions. How many shorts per week should I upload? We can do maximum 2 a week, and it seems like it's not too much, but making animations takes time. Yeah, there's no right answer to that other than don't burn yourself out. Like, only upload what you can. Okay, so if you can do 2 a week, 2 a week is great. All right, that's what I would do if you're comfortable with that. So that's a fine number. I don't do a lot of shorts myself, so I can't really speak to that. The only shorts I've really done have been generated automatically by Opus Clip. I used Opus Clip to generate them. I would upload my a YouTube video that's doing well and tell Opus Clip, generate a bunch of shorts for me. And just like that, it does. And I can pick the ones that I like and want to keep and download them and then upload them. So that's all I've really done with shorts. So take my advice on that with a grain of salt. I've only really used shorts as basically supporting my long form videos, like additional branding, right? If people are, because the audience, people who watch shorts are not generally the same people who watch longs or long form videos. Different audiences for different times, really. Like if I'm scrolling through shorts, I'm never gonna, or rarely gonna click on, oh, I like that short, I wonder what else that creator does, and click to go to their channel. Hardly ever happens. I may watch the short again if I really liked it, or I might heart it if I liked it. Yeah, that's really my extent of it. So I feel like if I have some shorts out there, you know, if people see my videos, then maybe I'll show up in their shorts feed if they're watching shorts. You know, branding. That's all. I don't anticipate making any money from shorts. My best performing short, I think, actually is still getting a lot of views, 50,000 views or something like that, and it's made me $3 in a year, over a year. So it's not a lot. You need millions of views to make good money from shorts. All right. Looking for those cues. If you guys have any questions, make sure you put 3 cues there. Here's Liz Underhill. I am almost ready to upload my first video. I have put Liz Underhill in the title. However, if I wanted it to show Liz the Heart Song Whisperer, would I put it there? So I see Liz Underhill is your channel name, so I would not put that in your title at all. I wouldn't even put your first name in the title. The title should be, what is the video about? Okay, you want it to include keywords that perhaps people might be searching for, okay, or at least explain what your video is about. Like, if I were to show this to you again, like some of the last title I had for a video, they called me out. That's it. None of my titles have ever had my name in them. They called me out. That's a little bit vague. I understand that. And I know that probably won't work for people who are just starting out. It might. But this is more directed towards my subscribers who will see my face in the thumbnail. So therefore, there might, the title might almost, once branding is working for you and people recognize you, then it almost doesn't matter what the title says. If they want to watch your videos, they're going to click anyway, right? Not everybody, but so yeah, the title can be, if you're making a video that you've designed for search, that you want to get people to find your video by searching for something and then your video shows up, then whatever keywords you think they're searching for, those should be in your title and in your tags and in your description. Okay, so that's what I would do. Yeah, you can put your name in your description if you want, but if it's already in your channel name, that's probably good enough. Now, you mentioned something else, Liz. Oh, let me switch this back. Liz, the Heart Song Whisperer. So that's different than your channel name. So I would put that in your description somewhere. Yeah, that's what I would do. Let's see. Twin mom Kara used to be a career person, but now stay-at-home mom making, I lost my spot. Making mom videos, but doesn't resonate with me. I want to make videos, lost on what to slow videos about. Any idea on how to find my niche? I don't know if it was, I think I already answered this question, but brainstorm what you're good at and what your passion is. Like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Making mom videos doesn't resonate with me. Well, then don't make mom videos. You definitely want to be passionate about whatever you're making videos about. Like if you have a hobby, if you just want to give people advice on whatever, in the area you live maybe, or I don't know. You really have to find something you're passionate about. I mean, you can search for niches and try to get ideas that way, but really the best approach would be to search from within. Like, what do you talk about when you talk to your friends and family? Like, start there. There might be something that you quite often talk about. Maybe it's that. Maybe you like getting together with friends and family? Talk about that. In general terms, you don't have to include people in your videos, but that's where I would start, because you do have to be passionate about it. Do your comment overlays in Ecamm ever change size from comment to comment? I think my setting is wrong. Yes, it does. If there's more text, then everything would shrink so that it all fits in. That's kind of an automatic thing. And I haven't gone into settings to change that. I know, like you're looking at this now, I can grab a corner and resize it like this, make it bigger or smaller, right? But I haven't done much more than that. All right. Question, when live streaming both YouTube and Facebook, do they both add to my watch hours? So it's not you live streaming that is the watch hours, it's people who are watching your live stream. So the only way you would get double the watch hours is if one person is watching you on YouTube and they're also watching you on Facebook. But even then, YouTube might be smart enough to know that that's two watches coming from the same IP address, that we're only going to count that as one, right? They may be smart enough to know that. So no, I would not. Typically people are going to watch you one way or the other, and both would count. Both would count once. My 6-year-old son has a YouTube channel and he has 57 subs. My question is, he wants to go live and play video games, but then YouTube bans him. I see other gamers doing it, but they don't get banned. What should we do? So you have to figure out why he's getting banned. Well, it might be his age. So I'm not a gamer, so not exactly up on the rules of younger people streaming and making videos. There might be something. It might be something to do with that. You may have to declare his age, so that could be a thing. Something else that could be happening is maybe he's. So a lot of gamers will stream with music playing in the background, and if that music is copyrighted, then that would not be allowed. But yeah, you have to figure out why he's getting banned first, but those are a couple things I would look. A couple directions I would look. All right, how are we doing for time? Hour and a half in. Who's still with me? We good? All right. Oh, here's a question. Let's go sew with Joanne. How you doing, Joanne? Help, Bob. It's Rob, but that's okay. I had a terrible time trying to figure out how to use my Camtasia 23 to record a simple presentation. Wanted to talk over PowerPoint slides with myself as a talking head in one corner. Okay, it might have something to, so it's probably settings based. If you're, so you're trying to record a presentation. Yeah. Gosh. With Camtasia. So I don't even use the Camtasia recorder anymore because I had some syncing issues, and I record with OBS actually, or Ecamm, right? Just that's how I record my screen, and I record my camera separately. Okay, so I would then take those two videos and I record my audio even separate again. So that's three things: screen recording, camera recording, audio recording. Audio I record into my computer, into Audition or Audacity. The screen I record with OBS. The camera I record onto the SD card in the camera, or on the hard drive in my phone if I was doing it that way. I would then bring all of them into a project folder that I create, and then I would bring them all into a new Camtasia project. And I would sync them all up because all three things will have captured audio, so that makes it easy to sync them. Then remove the audio from the camera because you've got your audio separate if that's the way you did it. And then I would edit the video. I would edit it that way. I would create the presentation in the video editing format. So that's how I do it. You might find that easier. If you wanted to do it live, okay, you just said, I want my talking head on top of each slide, trying it with PowerPoint, but thought Camtasia had the capacity. It's not so much that Camtasia doesn't have the capacity. Sometimes the computer you're running Camtasia on might not be powerful enough to do what you're asking it to do, particularly if the presentation is long. Okay, so if it's long, 4K might be troublesome. You may have to dial that down to 1080p. There's that. It might have something to do with the way your camera is connected to your computer if you're using an external camera. Yeah, so those are some things to look out for. In terms of putting your head on top of each slide, you can still do that in editing, even though you've captured them separately. That's what I do. You would put your camera recording on top of the slide presentation recording, okay? And then with that camera recording, you would alter it, right? You shrink it down, you crop it in, you move it down to the corner, you make it a circle mask if you want, and that'll all live on top of the presentation. And I mean, you can add a border around it, you can add a drop shadow to the little circle that you're in, whatever you want to do. You can make it look as fancy as you want. And I do all that and I do have some videos on my channel. If you want to look up circle mask on my channel, a Camtasia video on how to do that. I would have done that video in Camtasia 2024, I think, maybe even, yeah, 2024, I think, maybe 2023. But it would be done the same way, no matter what version you have. Oh, you're using a webcam. Okay, well that should be fine. Yeah, I'm not sure. It might be a setting if you're not able to do it live. I just know I've never had that much success doing it live like that either. And I like the control of doing it after the fact. So anyway, I hope that helps, Joanne. Good luck with it. Okay, I am scrolling, looking for a question. Question from Steve. What would your niche be if you weren't doing YouTube growth? So, yeah. I only started doing YouTube growth when my YouTube started to grow. All right? Because before that, how can I talk about YouTube growth if I'm not growing myself? I started, so when I started my YouTube channel, I was a freelancer on Fiverr. That's how I was making my income. And by freelancing, I was editing videos for other people. Not YouTube videos per se, but mostly for like companies who wanted, or shorts, or not shorts, but like converting long form videos into reels and like moving things around. So I was doing video editing. I was adding subtitles to videos. I was doing all that through Fiverr. So that's what I was doing. In doing that, I got really good at Camtasia. Okay, so I started to make videos on Camtasia. That's what I knew. That's what I liked doing. That's what I was passionate about. But when I started my channel, I didn't know which direction I was going to go with it. I knew that eventually I would like to teach people how to do, like I had a real interest in growing a YouTube channel, and I wanted to get to a place where I could grow a business with it and then maybe help other people do what I'm doing. So taking that back to where I was in 2021, I want to teach people how to do what I'm doing. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm running a business on Fiverr. I'm editing videos. Maybe people want to know how to run their own business on Fiverr and what works, how to set up gig videos, how to whatever, how to get jobs and all that stuff. Or maybe they want videos on how to do Camtasia stuff. So I did some videos on all that thing, how to make a living online. I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years or 23 years. So that's where I was at with my thinking. And I kind of got into a groove with Camtasia and showing people how to do things with that. And my channel started to grow with that. Okay. And that's, so yeah, that's what my niche was before I started doing stuff on YouTube. And I kind of pivoted when I made a video titled, "If you're over 40, I think you need to start a YouTube channel." And here's why. I made that video. I tried something new. I tried something a little bit different than what I had been doing, which is what I suggest you guys do too. If things are stagnating and you feel like you want to try something new, try something new. It might work. It may not. Most new things don't work, but some might. And this one really worked for me. So then I continued down that path for a while, and why I think you need to start YouTube and talking to the camera and all that stuff. And yeah, I kind of followed the direction of my viewers, and you guys would let me know what you want to see from me each week in these lives and in the comments of my videos. So anyway, that's what I did before YouTube growth. Fans pay for her $5 per month. Oh, I don't know what that is. Pay for her? Okay, I missed something. All right. North Idaho, Captain Carnivore. How you doing? Nice name. What inside-outside affordable wireless mic you recommend? And I like your voice too. Thank you. Affordable wireless. So yeah. I know there's cheaper options than the one I use. I hesitate to recommend anything I haven't used myself because, that's disingenuous. For wireless, I've only used I have a Hollyland wireless mic that I never loved. And I probably should have taken it back, but I didn't. And that was a couple of years ago. But no, the DJI mic is the one I recommend because I use it and I love it. And I know it's not cheap. So take that for what it's worth. I can't really, I have used the Power DeWise lapel mic but that's wired. Okay, I've used that before. And if you're okay with if you're making a walk and talk video, if you're okay with a wire coming from your phone, maybe grab it in your hand holding the selfie stick and then running it up through your sleeve, right? And then clipping it to your shirt. If you're okay with that, that's a cheap alternative. And that would be, I think it's less than $30 for something like that. And they come with a wind guard, which is great. I've used it outside before I had my DJI mic. At the time I was not making walk and talk videos. I had never made one at the time. I was sitting outside on the boat, actually. One of the videos I made long time ago. Well, not that long, last year. Let me see if I can find it. If I share this with you and go all the way back, there it is right there. The fear is real. Over 40 and camera shy, do this now. So that video right there from 10 months ago, I don't know if you can see, but I want to start. Okay, it was attached to my shirt a little bit lower. Okay, I want to start off right off the bat with a lighting tip. Later on. Quad lock. I don't know if you're familiar with that. I showed how I really handy way to attach a cell phone to a tripod. And then I have my notes over here. So there you go. And my last point is that right there. So I paused it. You can see it was attached down there. The reason I moved it down was because I discovered that if it was up here, the levels were too high. There was clipping, there was static. It didn't sound good. I had to move it away from my mouth a little bit. So, and I don't believe that has an adjustment on it that you can change it. So again, a pretty cheap mic, but it sounded fine in this video. Right? If I go to the middle of it. Nails down where you are. Like if you're doing a video on a specific park in your state or... Okay, so that's what that mic sounded like for 30 bucks. Okay, 30 Canadian. I think it's like $22 US. So there you go. But it's got a wire. So I don't have a recommendation for a cheaper wireless, but I know there are some. I just don't have any experience with them. I know you offer one-on-one sessions, but have you ever or would consider reviewing channels and give feedback on how to improve them to get more views? So I did offer that. It's called a channel review, and I think it's actually still on my website. I'm not going to be offering that as much. I mean, it's still on my website. You can do that, but they do take me a lot of time. I ended up spending a lot more time on them than I priced them for. Now they're not cheap either. I was pricing them at $150, and I'd do a complete review of your channel. And I said I would include a 10-minute video of me going through your channel and giving you advice. And I'd make a video and I'd send it to you along with a report. And I did that, but I tend to be long-winded. So I think I've done a couple dozen of those channel reviews, and I think every one of them was longer than 20 minutes, and one was like over 30 minutes of me making, and then I have to edit that video and then send it. So it was several hours for me to do each one. And I actually have one to do, which I said I was going to have it done yesterday, and I apologize if you're here, but tomorrow I hope to have that finished for you. But yeah, so, you know, the thing that, so yeah, you bring up a good point. What's the best way for me to share my knowledge with you, right? There's a whole bunch of different ways you can do it. I can create courses. I can offer things like the channel review. I can offer one-on-one coaching. I can offer one-on-many coaching, group coaching, which I haven't really done, but that's kind of like what we're doing now, right? Even though you have to wait a long time before I get to your question, this is kind of group coaching, right? So that's why I haven't offered like a paid version of that. Yeah, so that's one of the things. Yeah, I have to settle on, like, what am I trying to say? Stuff like that with me is always kind of in flux. I love doing the one-on-one coaching stuff. That's been great, and I'm going to continue to do that. But that's a little more expensive if you don't need that. If you feel like a group session might be, more in line with what can help you. But I will say that I am working on another course, a more comprehensive one that goes through everything. And I think I'm going to break it up into, well, I am. I'm breaking it up into several modules, probably 10 or 12 different modules that will walk you through everything. And can I see this here? Yeah, so like module 1, I've got getting started with YouTube. And that could be a mini course as well. Each module could be its own course if you don't want the whole thing. Okay, and I haven't decided how am I going to offer the whole thing. There's going to be over 200 videos in this, and should it be like a monthly thing where group coaching is included? Like maybe there's a monthly Zoom call that you can call into, right? That's an option that might be worthwhile looking at. Because the other thing is too, if I create a 200 video course that has 75 hours of content in it, that's a long time for you to be watching videos. Maybe you don't want all that, right? So I'm still kind of in flux with that, but the thing is, one of my skills is, and this is important, when you're deciding how you want to monetize your own channel, you have to decide, or you have to identify what you're good at. One of my skills is making tutorial videos, right? I've been doing that for many years. The kind where my face is in a circle in the bottom and I'm sharing my screen and I'm talking as I'm showing you how to do things. I'm really good at making those. So that's why I kind of lean towards the course, the video course way. But in terms of how to price it, and is it going to be too much for people, or maybe just offer bits of it, or maybe offer it all but as a monthly subscription and you just kind of watch when you can, what you can. Maybe that makes the most sense. But anyways, it's got to be worthwhile for both of us. Not both, like me and you guys. So if you have any thoughts on that, I'd love to hear them. What you think I should do there. How are watch hours going live calculated? So watch hours are calculated based on how long people are watching your videos. So if you have a 10-minute video and somebody watches it for 5 minutes, that counts 5 minutes. Even if that person watches, let's say you have a 10-minute video and somebody watched it at double the speed. Okay, so it only takes them 5 minutes to watch 10 minutes of your video. That counts as 10 minutes, even though they only spent 5 minutes. Okay, so that's something I learned about a month ago. So that's how and then it's all added up. All the different views of your videos from the different people is all added up, and those are watch hours. Alrighty, where are we? So I'm going to try to, I'm probably skipping over some questions, so if I missed yours, feel free to say something and ask it, or ask it again. Do you use Bluetooth connection or transmitter receiver when you use the DJI mic? I use the transmitter receiver. Okay, so it comes with something that plugs into my phone. That's the receiver, and the mic is the transmitter or transmitter. But I also press record on the mic. The mic itself has an onboard drive that can record the audio right on the mic, and that's in case the connection to the phone is ever faulty. And that's happened to me twice in the, I don't know, hundreds of videos I've made with that, or at least 100 videos I've made with that mic so far. It's only happened to me twice that I didn't have it quite pushed in enough or something, and I've had to use the backup copy on the mic itself. So that's how I do it, and I can't tell you if there's a difference. I've never used the Bluetooth option. I don't even know if that is an option with mine. I don't have the DJI Mic 2. I have the DJI Mic, the first one. So there you go. I hate AI videos. Feels like I was tricked into clicking. Yeah, I don't love them either. Okay, let's see. Okay, I answered that one. Can you review my channel? So I do offer a channel review service. Just this one here. I do offer a channel review service. You can order that from my website if you're actually a link below. Actually, there's a link below where you could order that. But I don't do channel reviews here in these live streams, unfortunately. I hope that's okay. How do I actually get my PDF product from a YouTube description to customers? Capture and handle payments. Need to bridge that gap. Do you have a tutorial vid? I do not, but I'm going to because I've been asked this before. So what you do, so in your description, you need to have a link, okay? A link that'll take, basically that link's got to do a couple things. It's got to capture your viewer's name and email address. That's typically all you need. And it's also got to deliver the PDF. So if you sign up for, so I use Kajabi. You don't need to use that. It's not that, it does more than just what you're looking for here. So a cheaper alternative would be MailChimp, for instance. You could use MailChimp. Sign up for an account with them. That's basically a mailing list service. And you would set up a landing page in MailChimp so that when people click that link, it takes them to the MailChimp landing page. On that page, you can say, thank you for, wait, now, sorry, no, I missed something. Yeah, the landing page will have a form. Okay, you want to set up a form on that landing page to collect the name and the email address. You should also have something there that says what you're offering. Like if you click below and download my free PDF, right? You can have that text there, image, whatever. But name and email address form. When people click that, that name and email address gets put into your mailing list with MailChimp, right? A growing mailing list. But also, you can set it up so that a thank you message gets sent to the person who just left you their email address. And in that thank you message, which you would set up on MailChimp, in MailChimp, you can have a link. Say, thank you, right? Thank you for your interest. Click the link below to get your free PDF. And that link could link to a Google Drive of yours where you store it. Or MailChimp allows you to upload the PDF to their system, and you can have the file right there. When I used MailChimp, I didn't do it that way. I just used my own Google Drive. I don't know why. Either way is just fine, right? So that's how you do that. And then you have a mailing list that you're growing, and there's other things you can do. You can create funnels. You can have an email go out to your mailing list every so often if you want. You can set it up so that when somebody gets added to the mailing list, enter them into this automation funnel that sends them, here's email 1, 2, 3, 4 every 2 days or whatever, right? I haven't done a whole lot. I haven't done any of that yet. I probably will at some point. Right now, when you download something free from me, I'm just building an email list. And if I come out with a special or a sale or something or a new offering, if I create a new course and I want to let everybody know about it, I'll send an email blast out to my email list. And I'll probably make a YouTube video about it. And I'll probably mention it here in the live stream, right? So yeah, that's what you can do with a mailing list. You can automate it if you want, but you don't have to. As you grow, you may want to look at getting into the automation. But anyway, that's how you do that. Let's see. Can you explain how you're putting the chat messages on the screen? I will show you. So here I'm showing this with my iPhone now. So here are the chat messages. So this is Ecamm Live on my MacBook. That's my MacBook. And this is Ecamm Live, my streaming software that's connected to my YouTube. And over here in the right or in the left column here, these are all the chat messages. Okay, so all I have to do is click your message here and it pops up on the screen. I can click it again and it'll go away. Or I can click yours and then click the next one and it just replaces it. Okay, that is how you do that. So that's an Ecamm Live service, but it also works. StreamYard allows you to do something similar. Well, exactly the same. It just looks a little bit different. So that's how I do that. Okay. Okay, let's see. Anaholics, how you doing? Question, some so-called experts, claim that within a few years we will be overwhelmed by AI content while we can't see the difference. Do you agree with that? It's hard to know where it's going. But my personal belief is there will always be room for real people. You know, who knows? Maybe 100 years from now that'll be proven wrong. I don't know, but I'm not that concerned with that. For me, for now, for the rest of my life, I believe I'm fine, not worrying too much about that. I don't look at even other humans. Like, I don't look at YouTube as a place where I'm competing with other people. That may not be correct, 100% correct way to look at it. But, well, for instance, like other creators who are making videos similar to me, like Ty Myers, Brian Johnson, Alexa Saranoia, the three I had on this live last week. They all make videos similar to what I make. Maybe a slightly different way of presenting things, different way of speaking, right? Some are younger, some are older, some are male, some are female. There's differences, right? Some people talk slower than others. All of those things are what make a person unique. So some of you may prefer to watch and listen to Alexa than me, okay? Some may prefer to watch and listen to me than her, right? I feel like everybody has a tribe. I've used this term before, and I don't want to claim it's mine. I heard it somewhere. I don't remember where it was, but everybody has a tribe waiting for them, waiting to be found, okay? I've got a tribe out there on YouTube. They're just waiting for me to find them, or waiting for YouTube to introduce me to them, kind of thing, right? So what's my point? My point is whether I'm competing, if you want to say it's competing, with other humans that are making content similar to mine, or if I'm competing with AI that's making content similar to mine, I still feel like I am unique. Now, can somebody use a likeness of mine, like maybe 5 years from now, and make videos exactly like mine with me in them, but I'm AI generated? Maybe, but I don't know. I feel like I'm not worried about it, I guess is what I should say. I don't know where it's going to go, but I'm not that worried about it. I love AI as a tool to use. Some people are afraid of AI, where it might be going, and, maybe valid reasons for being afraid of it. I mean, I watched Terminator 2 when I was growing up. I watched Terminator, and yeah, we don't want Skynet to take over. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I'm not worried about it myself. Will we be overwhelmed by AI content? I almost feel like YouTube's not going to want that to happen. YouTube has a pretty good business model going right now, and they don't want that messed with. If they see AI starting to bite into their revenues, they'll probably put a limit to it, right? Yeah, so that's why I'm not terribly concerned with that. And maybe there's going to be another way to get my videos out there that's not through YouTube. Who knows? Like, who knows? I'm not too worried about it. I said that a lot. Bowie started in the 60s as Davy Jones. Had to change his name. Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, the cat's sweet. I know. She's sound asleep now. Oh, where'd she go? Oh, she's down there now. Okay. Here's the peanut cam right here. Put it back there. She's asleep in her bed. Okay, let me try to catch up to a little more current. Wow, you guys been here a while. Lots of comments here. I apologize, I'm not getting to them all. Here's a question. Could you discuss a how-to lifestyle channel while remaining faceless over privacy concerns? That sounds tough. That sounds difficult. And I know there are reasons for people not wanting to show their face, and privacy is one of those reasons. I guess if that's what you want to do, I would probably I mean, there are tricks that you can do, but they're all going to take extra time. Like only filming your hand. Like it depends on what your content is. Are you outside gardening? Then maybe only show your back, like when you're gardening. If you're indoors doing crafts, then maybe only show your hands and the desk. Or maybe, right? So those are some ideas you can do. I feel like it's going to be harder for you to grow a channel like that, but if that's the kind of content you want to make, then go for it. That's totally fine. And you may learn some tricks. What I would suggest is you look at other channels similar to what you want to do and see how they're doing it. Honestly, that's what I would do. If I knew I wanted to make a certain kind of video, or there were certain things that I don't want to do, I don't want to show my face, I'm concerned about privacy, search for people with those same concerns. Use ChatGPT and ask it questions. I want to do a YouTube channel, but I don't want to show my face. I'm worried about privacy, and I want it to be a how-to lifestyle channel. Can you give me some ideas as to how I can make those videos? And you'll get a lot of good ideas through AI. There's an example of how to use AI to your benefit. I hope that helps, and good luck with it. Terry, how you doing, Terry? Do people pay for subscribers? Is that even a thing? Yes, some people do, but it's not a good idea. You can't pay for subscribers through YouTube, but you can promote your videos through YouTube. You can give YouTube money and they will promote your videos. That could result in you getting subscribers, but like in one of my recent videos, I talked about how any subscribers you get from that way won't necessarily be your top tier subscribers. So they may in fact even drag your results down. Your video, like your watch time duration, click-through rate, and all those sorts of things might be lower because you got subscribers that way. Another way people pay for subscribers, there's third-party companies, and I use that term loosely, who are offering to sell you subscribers. But more often than not, those are like click farm bots, or like they're not real, right? And that's against YouTube's terms of service. And if they find any, which they search for these all the time, if they find any subscribers that you have that were obtained that way, they'll remove them from you. And you may all of a sudden go from 1,000 subscribers down to 200, like that, because they found a whole bunch that were not real. Okay, so you want to stay away from that. You want to grow organically. That is the ticket. Let's see now. Let me scroll. I know I'm missing some stuff, but bear with me. If I see those 3 cues as I'm scrolling, I typically stop. Here we go. What bit rate do you use when uploading 4K videos? So when I'm rendering my videos, I now have it set to 25,000 kilobits per second. I think that's what, or kilobits. Where's my Camtasia? Oh, I was going to show you guys how I made my boat, my super chat boat. This thing here. If you guys want to know how I made that, I have it teed up here. I can show you. But anyway, let's save this. And if I go to export, local file, options. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'll share this right here. So this is my Camtasia. So if I'll just back up. This is the file where I made the boat. Okay, just so you know. Green screen, see, you can almost probably tell how I did it now. Ecamm Live lets you remove a green screen. But if I go to export this from Camtasia, I click export. The real term is render, but in Camtasia they call it export. I don't know why. Every other video editing app calls it rendering. I would click local file, and then you name it, and then options, here. I have it set to custom 20,000 kilobits per second, okay? I had it set to automatic, and it was creating files that were way too big, right? So I've since changed this to custom 20,000 after doing some research as to what YouTube wants and what's good enough, even for 4K videos, and this works just fine. That, like, if you watched yesterday's video, that's how it was exported, 20,000 kilobits per second. Okay, so there you go. There you go. Does it hurt my channel? Catherine says, does it hurt my channel to delete old videos I've hidden? If you've hidden them, what do you mean by hide your videos? So the only watch hours that count towards getting monetized are public watch hours. So they have to be from videos that are public, okay? If you unlist them, if you privatize them, maybe that's what you mean, private videos. If you do that, those watch hours, any watch hours you got from those videos are not counted anymore. So that would be the only way it would hurt. But if you're already monetized, then don't even worry about that. But I will say this. Videos that I've made private and they're from 2 to 3 years ago. I wouldn't worry about them anyways. Like if you've made them private, you're not getting... If they're 2 to 3 years ago, then you wouldn't get watch hours from them anyways, unless you're getting new watch hours from them. But if they're private, you're not. So yeah, I wouldn't. That's not going to hurt you at all. You can do that. If you don't feel like they fit on your current channel and the current niche you're talking about, yeah, you can delete them. No problem at all. No problem. All right. Steve, how do I book a coaching call? Anybody who wants to book a coaching call, there's a link below in the description of all of my videos, including my live streams. So there should be a link below this. Yeah, there's a link there to click to book a coaching call. It's linked to my Calendly account, so which I have linked to my Google Calendar. So you can then pick your day, pick your time, and once you've set that up, it'll take you to the payment page where you can pay by credit card or PayPal. And then, yeah, that's it. And then what happens is you'll get an email with a link, a Zoom link. And then as we get, like 1 minute before the time it's supposed to start, I start the meeting and then you can join and there we go. And just so you know too, what happens in my coaching calls, I'm using another AI tool called Fathom.video. And what it does, it's amazing. It basically is like a third person in our meeting. So it's you and I and this AI thing, recorder, and it records the video. But not only that, it not only takes a video recording of the meeting, it recognizes when you've asked questions, when I've given answers, when I've asked you questions, the topics we've talked about, anything that like takeaways, any calls to action, all that stuff. It presents all of that in a summary, a clickable summary that you can click to go to that part of the video, and that is automatically emailed to you and to me at the end of our meeting. Like it happens within 60 seconds of the meeting ending. You get that email and you can go back and watch any part of the meeting that we had. It's amazing, and it's free actually. If I paid for it, I think the report that you get would be even better, but it's already amazing, the free version. So that's how you do that. Okay, I answered that question. Okay, here's somebody asking a question over and over again, but I've already answered that. That's okay. Life with, I clicked it and it disappeared. Here we go. Life with Helen. Is posting once a week as a newbie okay? I work full time and also have a blog, so timing is limited. Any tips on how to make quick videos that still look good? Posting once a week is just fine. Like I'd almost consider that like an average for creators, once a week. Some top tier creators may only post every 2 weeks, every month, once a month. Lately, I've only, I guess this month I did, or this week I did, I've already done one. I'm going to do another one, so it'll be 2 this week. But lately, I've only been doing 1 a week. I like to do more, but once a week is just fine. That is just fine. People won't forget you in 1 week. So that's absolutely okay. You don't want to commit to doing more than you can handle comfortably. or you'll burn yourself out. So that's important. All right. Alrighty, what else do we got here? Oh, I finally caught up to Ty's message. How you doing, Ty? You may not be here anymore, but thanks for stopping in, and that was fun last week. How to get more subscribers? I'm only at 4, 2 videos in, 2 weeks in. So you're ahead of where I was. I got 3 new subscribers in my first month with 9 videos, okay? So all I can say is keep posting. Like, don't look back, look forward. What else are you going to make next? Try to ask questions. Ask your viewers questions in your videos. That encourages engagement. And if you ever get comments, answer them right away. Maybe even ask them another question until your comments get, so plentiful that you don't have time to do that. But you know what I mean? Like, treat anybody who engages with you, treat them well. Yeah, that's how you grow. Just keep making videos. Okay, I answered that one. Here's a question. I analyzed your videos and that why people over 40 must start a YouTube channel really took off. What would you say you did different there other than the title being very relatable and clickable? Good question. So what I did, I made the decision to make a different type of video. I took a chance. I did a test. I've always known that if I could just learn to talk to the camera, that I could grow my channel better, faster. And I was not good at doing that. But what I did was I forced myself to do that. That was a Thursday night. Last July 4th is when it was. America's birthday. July 1st here in Canada is our birthday. Anyway, it was July 4th, which I think was a Thursday. And it was after supper, and I knew what I wanted to talk about. I had my bullet points written out, and let's see. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm trying to look at 2 different chats. Yeah, I had my bullet points written out, and it was after supper. I taped my bullet points to the tripod, and I tried to make that video. I knew what I wanted to talk about. I knew the points I wanted to hit on, but I just kept spinning my wheels, and it took me, I think, 45 minutes or so before I finally got into a groove, and I just kept going, and I talked, and it ended up being 20 minutes. I think it was around 20 minutes, and I got a good video out of it. So I deleted all, well, I didn't delete, I chopped off all the bad takes at the beginning, put them at the end, did bloopers. So, but your question is, what did I do different? I forced myself to talk to the camera, and I came clean to my audience. I even said, like, this video is going to be a little different. I'm going to try to do this in one take. This is not something I've normally done, so bear with me. There's probably going to be some mistakes in here. And then I said, this is really hard. I'm having a hard time with this. I've just had a bunch of false starts. They didn't work out. I feel like I'm going now. So in this video, I want to talk about blah, blah, blah. And I just kept going. Every once in a while, I'd glance down to my tripod and make sure, okay, now I want to talk about that point. And then I talked about that. It was not heavily edited. There may have been 5 or, no, not even that, maybe just a couple different times where I had to cut out a place where I just completely froze and didn't know what to say. And then I put the bloopers at the end. So it was a completely different video than I had been making, but it was targeted towards the same audience, okay? My audience had been people who have been wanting to learn how to use Camtasia, the video editing software that I use. And I'd been making videos on how to edit with Camtasia, how to do this, how to do that. That's what I was doing. Most people who use Camtasia, or who used it then, were older, because Camtasia's been around a long time. And they were making tutorial videos because Camtasia, that's how it got its start. It was a good tool to make tutorial videos. Not so much edit videos, but to screen record and edit that into a nice looking tutorial video. So that's who I knew were watching me. So I got to thinking, well, what else could I make for them? For them? What else could I help them with? Well, I'm growing a YouTube channel. Perhaps they want to do that too, right? and they're over 40. So like, okay, if you're over 40, right? And I did some research and tried to do some keyword research and stuff like that, and came up with that good title. Other channels had done similar videos to that, so I wasn't really reinventing the wheel, but it was something different for my channel. But it was something that applied to my viewers. So I took a chance, made the video, and it took off, and it did really well. And as a result, I started, okay, whoa, okay, this is great. Awesome. How do I keep this ball rolling? So I started making other videos that was a little bit away from Camtasia, but along the whole start YouTube thing if you're older. And that's how I did it. So I hope that helped. I hope that answers your question. All right. Okay, I answered that one. Rob, another podcast with Alexa any sooner? Maybe. We can look at that, absolutely. Yeah, no, she's fun. So I've had her on twice now. So we did a one-on-one chat live, I think back in December, and then the group one with the 4 of us last week. So yeah, no, absolutely. I could bring her on again if she agrees. What do you think of that, the format last week where I had 3 other creators? Actually, here's a question, and I'll look at the live chats for answers. Was that enough people? Was it too many? Or could I have more? The way it works is I use Ecamm Live to stream, and I use Zoom. Okay, so what I do is I set up a Zoom meeting, and I send the link to whoever I want to join the meeting. Okay, Ecamm Live, with the pro version of Ecamm Live, integrates with Zoom, meaning I can start a Zoom meeting from within Ecamm Live, and then I can easily bring any one of them into Ecamm Live. Here, I'll show you. If I click this is going to look weird, but there. That's what I use. There's the template that I created in Canva, actually, for last week's roundtable discussion. I found that little table in Canva, the little drinks in Canva, the text, I did that in Canva. All that was Canva. And the cross, the white lines, Canva. I built all that in Canva. That's an overlay that I put in there. So what I can do then is I can double click any of these and select a camera or select a Zoom meeting participant. Okay? So my point is, I can have as many, I shouldn't say as many, I think the max is 10. I can have up to 10 people in one of these calls. That might be a little bit overwhelming because a lot of the time people are just going to be sitting there while one person talks. So I don't know how productive 10 people would be. But what about 5? What about 6? I don't know. I've done one other person, and now I've done 3 other people. What else should I do? Or is one of those the better option? You guys let me know. Renegade's Garage says you can have up to 6 people on panel if you use the free version of StreamYard. No, I'm going to use Ecamm Live, and I can have up to 10 if I want to with that. But yeah, I don't want to get away from Ecamm because that's what I'm getting used to. But if you're used to StreamYard, you could absolutely do that. Andrew Farmer says, I think 3 to 4 is best. A guy on YouTube called Adrian Salisbury has an amazing Ecamm course. Okay, cool. I did not know. I have not heard of him. I should check that out. I do a photographer's roundtable once a month on my photography channel, and we have about 7 in there. I don't think having more would be better. I tend to agree with that. I tend to agree. I don't know. I feel like, so I liked the 4 of us. Maybe 6. I don't think, 6 work. 4 or 6 works. That's easy to set up in a grid. 5 doesn't work so well. I'd have an empty grid. Maybe I put Peanut in there as the 6th person. I don't know. The Peanut Cam. Not more than 3 guests, JQ Rose said. The important thing for me would be the moderator. If you're good at directing the conversation, then you can handle a few more on occasion. and you did well, Rob. Oh, thank you very much. That was my first experience with that. More than 5 is too many. I think I agree. All right, 4 was great. Any more would be complicated to watch. Yep. And we absolutely would not be able to get to any questions. Yes, you do need moderator help sometimes. Yes, I know. I know. All right, let's get back to the questions. Okay, I answered that one. Can we reuse our own content in shorts by changing the sound or etc.? Yes, you could. Yeah, absolutely. YouTube doesn't like duplication, but if you change something about your video, upload it again, absolutely you can do that. Absolutely. Okay, and you asked the same question several other times. It's all right. I saw it. Okay, I've answered that. All right, where are we? Okay, I answered that. Let me look at the current. Have you considered taking phone calls when live streaming? No, I haven't. I think that's interesting. No, I've never considered it. I suppose it's something I could do. Typically, you would need some, like, I'm almost thinking of like a radio call-in show, like Howard Stern or something like that. There would be somebody else screening the calls, right? I'd want to be careful, right? Like somebody could, like a scammer, spammer, whatever you want to call it, somebody up to no good could call in, and all of a sudden I've got them on live, and I could get my channel banned for something they say. I don't know. Like, there would have to be some sort of a screening process like that, and I would need some help. Somebody else would have to do that. So I feel like that would be, I would want more control over that. Maybe somebody would have to call in ahead of time. I would want to make sure I know them first. Those are some of the things that I would be concerned about. But anyways, Kate says, I like the one-on-one better so the discussion is more focused, but your roundtable worked well because you're a good host and allowed each guest time to talk. Well, thank you, Kate. I thought it was fun. And we probably could have gone on longer, but I said to them all, what do you think in 90 minutes? Like, I pretty much knew an hour is not going to be enough because, well, what are we? We're almost 2.5 hours into this live stream, and I lose track of time. So I knew an hour wouldn't be enough. But I also figured, okay, if I'm asking them to donate 2 hours of their time to come on my channel, that's asking a lot. So, I have to weigh that too. I'm not going to, invite a bunch of people, say, yeah, I'm going to do a 6-hour live stream. You in? That's a lot to ask, right? So, all right, good. Okay. Oh, midlife, was it? Everyone's talking about increasing watch hours using Restream and looping a video. Is YouTube okay with looping so a 1-hour video can play for 9 hours? Do those hours count? You know what? I don't know, and I'm curious, so I'm going to pull up. I just copied your question. Bring up my screen. ChatGPT. Paste. Let's see what ChatGPT says about this, because I don't know. Hey, great question. So polite. And a really important one if you're trying to boost your watch hours. Is looping a 1-hour video for 9 hours allowed by YouTube? Technically, yes. You can loop a video using Restream or OBS and stream it as if it's live, but there are important caveats. When looping is allowed, you stream the content as legitimate live stream using Restream, OBS, or similar. The content complies with YouTube's policies. No reused copyrighted content, spammy behavior, etc. Viewers are real people, not bots, watching the stream. The video is set to public and remains published after the stream ends. If those are met, yes, the watch time counts towards your 4,000 watch hours for monetization. When it's a problem, you're using fake engagement, such as bots or incentivized viewers. The same few people or just you are replaying the loop over and over. You make it look like a live event when it's clearly old content without labeling it properly. YouTube can flag repetitive or misleading streams. It might stop counting those hours, remove the video, or temporarily limit live streaming features. So the tip, add an overlay or countdown so it feels more like a live loop with purpose. Be transparent. Call it a live replay or streaming for rewatch in your title or description. And use Restream or OBS to loop without violating policies. Don't just hit YouTube's loop button. That's for your personal view only. There you go. I learned something new. That's not something I've considered doing, but yeah, that's one way. You can do it as long as you follow those rules. Once again, ChatGPT to the rescue, right? Okay. All right. Here's a question. I'm pretty much caught up to the end now. I know I missed some, but apologies. I do the best that I can in the time that I have, but let's go. I've just started on YouTube. So let's talk about life with Anton. I've just started on YouTube and uploaded 10 videos initially in my first week. Wow, good for you. My best video only has 16 views. Is that worrying, or should I focus on just adding more videos even with low views? Yeah, the second part. Just focus on making new content. I wouldn't worry about that at all. I mean, 10 videos in 1 week. What I think about is, were you able to make all those 10 videos in that week? Or did you edit them over a long period of time and then boom, you release them all in a week? Because if you did that, then that's going to be hard to continue, right? Doing 10 videos a week. Upload, but it's done. You've got 10 videos there and great, good for you. Now, what I would do is settle in on a schedule that you can comfortably maintain. So if you feel like you can comfortably maintain 10 videos a week, to me that seems like a lot, but hey, who am I to judge? Whatever works for you. It also depends on how long they are, right? How much time are you asking your viewers to spend on watching your videos, right? So kind of keep those things in mind. But whatever you land on, just keep doing that. Look forward, not back. You look back to analyze the results of your videos, like click-through rate, your retention, right? Like learn from your other videos, but don't dwell on their stats. Like don't worry that much about that because they don't matter that much. What you're doing is you're learning how to make videos. Really, the first probably 50 videos on your channel are for you only. They're only for you because you're learning how to make videos. You're getting better, hopefully, with each video. That should be a goal. Try to get better with each new video that you make. And before you know it, 50 videos in, now you're making great content. So now, and maybe at that point, you have 500 subscribers, maybe, or more. At that point, the next video that you make, your 51st video, that'll be pushed out to, or your subscribers will be notified about it, and they'll watch it or not. But I guess my point is, it's your latest subscribers it's your latest videos that your subscribers will be watching at that time. The videos that you make in the beginning, you hardly have any subscribers, if any at all. No one's really watching them. It's just you practicing getting better. All right. Now, a year from now, some of your subscribers, your new subscribers at that time may go back into your library and check out what you've done in the beginning. And that's great to have a back catalog of stuff for them to look at. It's also kind of fun to see how a creator has grown over time, right? Which is why I'm a big believer in leave those first crappy videos on your channel so that people can see where you've come, so that you can see how far you've come, right? I think that's a great idea. So yeah, don't worry about that. 16 views, right? If you had 0 views, I wouldn't worry about it, right? You've made 10 videos. That's awesome. Pat yourself on the back and get to work on number 11. Is what I would do. What else? Good question. Can we submit a question before your live stream? You can when I set the live stream up. Like, I know some other people do it a little differently. They have a form you can fill out with questions, and I may look into that where you could submit it ahead of time, and that way I could be a little more structured. So yeah, that's something I'm going to look at. But the way I have it now is when I set up my live stream, I usually do it several hours before I go live. The live chat starts working then. You can ask your questions right there, and then you're at the top of the list. All right, so that's what you can do now. Dreamwood Connections. I imagine live streaming could be awkward and nerve-wracking to begin with. Did you have a large audience right from the get-go? No, I did not. No, you're right. It was very nerve-wracking. It's funny. When I first went live, the very first time I went live, I knew I wanted to do it. I had been watching guys like Nick Nimmin go live all the time, and it's like, yeah, I want to do that. I want to do that, and I see the value in it. And I even had something prepared. So that's my advice. Have something prepared to talk about, and be prepared to talk to nobody. Be prepared for nobody to show up. So there's that. If you want to increase the chances that people will show up, then talk about it in your videos. Like, plan when you want to start your live streams. Let's say, so we're June 10th now. Let's say today you decide, I want to do live streams, and July 1st is when I'm going to start. I'm going to go live July 1st, and then every week after that. Then what I would do is the 2 or 3 videos leading up to that, or 4 or however many videos leading up to that first live stream, advertise that that's what you're going to do. Like when you're signing off from your videos, or even in the beginning, if you can say it quickly, because the intro is kind of important. Like whenever you're introducing yourself, let's say you give the intro of your video, and then you say, oh, by the way, my name is Rob, and yeah, if you like my content, I actually go live. I'm going to be going live every week, and my first one is July 1st. So I hope to see you there, and I'll take whatever questions you have, and I'm probably going to be doing blah, blah, blah. Okay? I would do that in your 2 or 3 videos leading up to the first live. And then every video after your first live, don't give a specific date. Just say, oh yeah, and I go live every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Feel free to drop in. I answer questions. I do this, I do that, whatever, right? So then, your live streams in your live streams, you can promote your videos. You can talk about what videos you made in the previous week, what you're working on coming up. And in those videos, you can promote your live streams. So why did I say all that? My first one, I was super nervous. In fact, I chickened out. I didn't do it. I had set a date and it didn't work out. I just couldn't do it. I got too nervous. I was sweating. I was, because in my mind, there was going to be 1 billion people there watching me. And I'm an introvert, and I grew and I made a video about this, but growing up, I did not like presenting in front of my classmates, like in school. I hated doing that, and I avoided it at all costs. And I even went to university afterwards, and I had to do it there too. And I hated it. I hated it so much. So that's what I was equating live streaming to. I figured I'm this one lonely person in a sea of millions of people who are going to watch me. But the reality is that's not the way it works. So when you do go live, there's probably going to be nobody starting off watching. But even if there is some people, people kind of come and go, right? Like this live stream here, there's 114 people in here now, which is, again, awesome. Thank you. I wonder how many of you have been here for 2.5 hours. Let me know. But there's been 1,178 views. So only 10% of the people who have watched some of this live stream are actually here right now. So people come and go all the time. And yeah, it's the same with making videos. Like people don't all watch en masse unless you release it as a premiere. People come and go. Like you're just talking to one person. So anyways, my point is I was very nervous, but you have to be prepared to talk, have something to talk about, and be prepared to talk to nobody. Have some questions prepared. I think I had 10 questions or something prepared. But last year when I restarted this channel, so last March, my first live stream then had 4 people at one time. At most, it had 4 concurrent viewers. But that was great. Even with just 4 people, they were asking questions, and I never got to half of the questions on my list. I just had them prepared in case nobody showed up. Okay, so yeah, no, did not have a large audience. So just over a year ago, I had 4 in my first one, and then I had 7 the next week, and it grew from there. And I should write, I'm actually going to go back and write all that down, how many peak viewers, how it grew over time. I should put that in my spreadsheet. Then I can talk a little bit more about that. But anyways, I hope that helped answer your question. Where are we? Oh, I think, Sophia, you're talking Portuguese, I think. I don't speak Portuguese, I'm sorry. Maybe you're talking to somebody else. Well, you are, at Rafa-san. I think such large number of lessons in one course is going to be very overwhelming for the students. They will benefit more from an organized class of about 10 videos and maybe 2 to 3 bonus videos. Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. I would agree with that. The thing is, there's too much information in YouTube, or there's too many things you need to know in order to do YouTube to fit in 10 videos. There's no way to fit everything. And there's always going to be other questions. So that's why I kind of tend towards some kind of a way that people can ask me questions, like whether it's in a group setting, like Zoom call in or something like that might be good to have as part of it. But we shall see. No problem, Anton. Oh, Alan's got a question. Is there any new changes on YouTube coming in 2025 that will help new channels grow? I'm not sure. I'm sure there are. Well, I just found one today. YouTube Clips is new. And somebody asked me about that in one of my videos in a comment. And I didn't know much about it, but it's a way to it's not something that helps grow your channel, but you can share clips, like capture moments from within. It's not, anyway, I have to look into that more as to what it is, but I just found that today. But I'm sure, Alan, there are new things coming on YouTube. I'm just not aware of them right now. Mattman Solar, how you doing? Welcome from sunny Florida. Awesome. Like I'm afraid to leave the live stream. Oh, it disappeared because I might miss something. Well, I'm flattered and I apologize. I don't want you to miss anything. You can always watch it on the replay. I'm probably not going to be here much longer, but if you have any final questions, feel free to ask them. I'm pretty much down at current now. Why did the views on a short go up to 1,600 views and then a couple hours later it was at 1,300 views? That sounds to me like maybe some of the views were not real. They were bots and YouTube found them and deleted them. So they do that. Every once in a while they'll do little audits, I guess, of channels or videos. And if they find some bot activity, they will delete them. That would be my first guess. Rob, you said earlier that any hidden, private, unlisted videos doesn't count for watch hours. Does this also count for live videos, which I don't intend to make public? Yes, they won't count. They won't, the watch hours won't count. They have to be public. So like, for instance, my live streams, I leave them public when I'm finished, and so all the watch hours will count. So, yep, that's how that works. Holly says, is vidIQ worth the price? Good question. I pay for it, but I don't use it a lot. I do need to get back into it though, because I do want to. I mean, I've talked to them, and they would like me to make some videos about it, and I would like to make some videos about it. But what I really like about vidIQ is the additional things that you get from the plugin, the Chrome plugin, which is a free extension you can attach to your Chrome. You can see videos, you can see graphs of how channels are doing. So if I go back to my channel here, so if I just go to the channel and click on videos, pick any video here. Let's pick the one with my daughter in it. There. All of this here on the right side was added by vidIQ. Now I can hide that if I want, but I can expand it. I love this. You can see the views and by date of any channel, okay? Any channel, not just my own. You can see how the views grew and how the subscribers grew. I love that. If I'm looking, if I want to research a channel to see how they've done. So yeah, I've just got an error message. You guys still seeing me? I got an error message from YouTube. Is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will be experiencing buffering. That's unfortunate. But anyways, let me know if everything is going okay still. But yeah. So anyways, that I just wanted to show you that. I love that about vidIQ. I also like the fact that when I'm answering questions in the comments, I can see right by the commenter how many subscribers they have. I think that's great. And a few other things. But first, I want to acknowledge Catherine. Thank you, Catherine, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. And you simply said, I appreciate all you give for free. No problem, Catherine. I have fun doing this and I want to help. So I feel like by helping you guys, I can grow my channel at the same time. Win-win, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. What is the proportion of video on demand versus live and shorts on a channel? There is no proportion. It's all over the place. Some people specialize in live streams and they don't make videos or shorts. Some people only make shorts. Some people only do long form. Some people only do lives. So it's really all over the map. I feel like I specialize although I do a lot of live streams. So I do live streams and video on demands mostly. Not so much shorts. I have a few there, but that's not a big part of my strategy. Matt Man could not get into meetings. Sorry to hear that, but you're here now. You made it. You've been here from the beginning. Heartily happy. I appreciate you. Rosanny too. I appreciate you as well. And Sophia, must be getting late over there. Oh, not that late. In Portugal. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Here's a question from Rob. I believe I started YouTube wrong, although it's well shot and edited, but I felt like I'm losing my track from what I've started and felt like it's messed up. Should I start a new channel? When deciding if you want to start a new channel, the Farrier Trails, we can see you. Awesome. Flagler Nature Girl, everything's fine. All is smooth, Sophia. No buffering here, Maureen. Thank you, guys. Our life simplified, yes. Cool. Okay, should you start a new channel? What you have to ask yourself is the new content you're going to be making, is that targeting is that for the same audience your old videos were for? Okay? If you're still making content for the same people, for the same type of people with the same interests as who watched your previous videos, then you don't need to start a new channel. Just start making more content. It's only if your audience changes that maybe you should start a new channel, because if you start making videos for a different audience, then because YouTube will take your new videos, like the first thing they do is they put it in front of your subscribers. Well, if your existing subscribers aren't interested in your new stuff, they're not going to watch. And those are the first signals YouTube gets for how good your video is, right? If your subscribers aren't even watching it, YouTube's going to think, must not be a very good video. We're not going to push that out. So that's how then you'll end up getting very low views on your videos. It'd be better then to start a new channel where YouTube has no idea who your audience is and just make a video and start making videos targeting a specific audience. People like to say you got to make videos all within a certain niche. You got to pick a niche or niche, and all your videos should be in there. That's sort of true, but a better way to look at it is you got to pick an audience, right? Like identify your ideal viewer. Who are you making videos for? And make all your videos for that person. If that person liked this topic, maybe everybody who likes that topic likes this topic over here as well. So that might be a slightly different niche, but you're targeting the same people. That's okay. All right. So I hope that helped. Never gone live because I'm so nervous. You are not alone. You are not alone, but you can do it. You can absolutely do it. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen by going live is you mess up, you forget what you want to say, you say something you shouldn't have, maybe. Maybe you said something that you thought was right, but it was wrong. So if any of that happens, you can just delete it when you're done. You can just delete the video. You can end the live stream, say, oh, this is a disaster, end. Go right to your YouTube studio, delete, gone. Okay? Then do it again the next day or the next week. That's the worst that can happen. And no one will fault you for that. You can even talk about it the next time you go live. Like, I tried to go live last week and I really messed up. This is what happened. That could be the subject of your next live. Just an idea for you. Rock the Dots, been in and out of meetings, back now. Well, I'm glad you're here now. Question, sorry I'm late. Flagler Nature Girl. Does it matter what category you put your videos in? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to you, and it doesn't matter to your viewers. I think the only people it matters for are the people who are buying ads to be put on YouTube. They're paying YouTube to place their ads on videos. I believe they get to choose what categories their ads could go on. I think, not 100% sure because I've never bought ads on YouTube. But no, whatever category you choose is not going to affect how your video performs. Because nobody goes to YouTube and says, okay, I want to look for something on YouTube, but I only want to search the how-to and vlog videos. No one really does that I know of. So yeah, I think that's what mine are, how-to/blog. That's what I have mine set at, and they all go up that way. All right. This is the first live I have caught. Well, welcome. Channel NEM or NEM, welcome. No problem, Dreamwood Connections. No problem. Happy to help. Matt Mann, I did my 4th live stream this week. Peak was 6, 12, 16, and then this week 17. I get very few questions and come very prepared to talk with myself. Hey, you're pretty much exactly where I was a year ago, March of 2024. I mean, I was at 4 and then 7, and then I forget, or I don't know. I have to look that up. But that's great. That is great. You keep doing that. You're on your way. You are on your way. Okay, I think I answered this, but I'm curious about how YouTube captures watch time. Recently, I've been watching videos and dropping off, then coming back. Does YouTube capture it as watching the entire video? No, only the minutes you watched, or seconds probably. It just counts what you've watched. That's how they would count that. I hope you've read my comment before you sign off. And here's a question. I believe I started YouTube wrong. Oh, okay, no, yeah, I did. Yes, I did. I answered your question. I like this question. Alan, did I miss Alan's question? Alan, I don't see. Oh, I did answer a question from an Alan. Maureen, in the live shows the time of the same and what is converted into video on demand later. When it is rendered, it remains as video on demand. Okay, someone is posting their question a lot of times, but I answered that. Here's a question from Blake Powell. I recently started a woodworking business. Should I do a YouTube channel to market the business, or should I do a channel sharing the journey of making the business? Great question. Can you do both? That's probably what I would do. Okay, so first of all, YouTube is a fantastic marketing tool. That's the way I like to look at it. If someone wants to grow a YouTube business, typically it's not just YouTube revenue that they want to earn. Most successful YouTube businesses are making their money another way. So you have a woodworking business. That could be your other way. So that is your main business. You can start a YouTube channel to help drive traffic to your woodworking business. And how can you do that? You can do that by making videos on how to create cool woodworking projects, right? Make a video on how you how you do something. Not just this is what I made, right? And just kind of a show and tell thing. Not so much that. It would be more if you could make that's okay. But what's better is if you can make a video showing the entire process of you making something. Like if there's something top secret about what you're making, then maybe you can leave a part of it out if you want. But for the most part, people love that. And if you can show them 90% of how to build something, some people, that will keep people watching. I want to learn how to do that. This is awesome. But B, you could get business out of that. It's like, yeah, okay, I know how to do that now, but I can see why it takes so long. Can I just hire you to make that for me? Right? You could get business that way. You can also create a whole educational thing around it, like how-to. You can make how-to videos. You can offer coaching on how to do some of the stuff. You can give away free PDFs to grow an email list and all kinds of things you could do. And then just make YouTube videos that your audience wants to see as you start to grow an audience. Make YouTube videos showing how you make this, how you make that, how you make this dresser, how you make that table, the chair, like all these different videos, and keep making videos. You'll get better and better at making these videos, which will be better and better at showcasing your work and how you do your thing. That is that's free organic traffic promoting your business. Okay, so that's 100%. But should you market the business or should you do a channel sharing the journey? I think you can do both. I think because if you have a channel on woodworking, like I just described, it's almost better to have more than one type of content that you make. Okay, if you think of my channel, I do walk and talk videos where I give advice. Sometimes I sit in the office here and give advice. I haven't done that lately, but so let's say I got walk and talk videos. I have how-to videos, which I haven't done many lately, and I'm getting back into that probably with my next one. So there's two different types of videos, and then I have live streams. Call that a third type of video. Okay, 3 different ways people can consume my content. Okay, you could do the same thing. You could maybe 2 out of every 3 videos you make is on how to do something, how to create something. But then every 3rd video will be, this is how my YouTube journey is going, right? I'm building this business to support my woodworking channel or my woodworking business. I'm growing this channel. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm doing it. So if you put one of those videos in every so often, now people have more than one reason to subscribe to you. And you can grow a nice little following that way. And then do live streams. There's your 3rd one. So absolutely, 100%. Anybody who has, I need to make a video on this, and I haven't. Anybody who has another business that they're doing that's not YouTube, it might not even be an online business. It can be a woodworking business or whatever. Any business like that, you can start a YouTube channel that supports that business, that promotes that business. It's something separate that you're doing, but it can drive more business to your business, right? Oh, and by the way, if the YouTube channel does well, it may make you money directly from AdSense or memberships or whatever else you want to get into. Sure. But the main thing probably for most of you would be your main business already. You can level that up with a YouTube channel. All right. So I hope that helps. Blake, good question. Oh my Lord, Alan, it's 3:38 a.m. Like, I don't know how you're awake. I I barely survive past 11 p.m. most nights. Good night. All right. All is smooth, everything fine. Oh, where are we now? Okay, I got to the audio part. Another 8 minutes or so. Is that all right? We'll stop this at 3 hours. Is that too long? 3 hours too long? I know some of you have been here for 3 hours, and I really appreciate that. But what do you think is the ideal length of live stream for my live streams? If we get 150 to 200 people in here, obviously I can't answer everybody's question. And if they were shorter live streams, I'd be able to answer even fewer unless I could speed up the way I answer questions, but I think that would be hard for me. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Is 3 hours too long? I think 1 hour is not enough. I have no problem doing 2 hours. Maybe should I stop it at 2? You guys, let me know what you think. All right. Let's see. I do 3 lives, shorts, and video on demands. I do all 3 lives, shorts, and all. Oh, you do all 3. Perfect. Awesome. That's great. You've been here from the beginning and your first time catching a live. Uh-oh, I hope I haven't gotten you into a weekly 3-hour habit. I would appreciate it, but I don't want to capitalize all your time. But I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Oh, no problem, Rob. If you heartily happy, if you watch a video at a slower speed, does that give the video longer watch time? No, it doesn't. If you watch it at a slower speed or at a faster speed, doesn't matter. So if you watch a 10-minute video, whether you watch it at half speed or twice the speed or 3 times the speed, if you watch it all, 10 minutes is what counts to the creator's watch hours. Let's see. No problem, Dreamwood. No problem. Watching from Grand Cayman. Hope you visit here. I would like to meet you in person. I've never been to Grand Cayman. Sounds beautiful, though. I don't have a niche. I am so anti-algorithm that I even create a character called Auntie-Algorithm. Oh, my. Cute. But I will say, the algorithm's not your enemy. The algorithm is your friend. If you want to grow a channel, you kind of have to start to pay attention to it a little bit. But hey, that's, you do you. And I mean that with the utmost respect. But no, I guess my point is a lot of people hate the algorithm. They think the algorithm is against them. Well, it's not. The algorithm is not against anybody. The algorithm only responds to what the viewers are doing, right? If you make videos, are people watching it? If they are, YouTube will push it out more. That's it. If people click to watch your videos, but then as soon as they get there, they leave, then YouTube is going to think that must not be a very good video. We're not going to push it more. So the algorithm is your friend because it gives you feedback. Basically, it gives you feedback through the analytics. And as long as you're getting into those analytics and you're trying to learn as much as you can about how your videos are doing, and taking that new knowledge and applying that to your next videos, that's how you grow. That's how you grow. And if you didn't have analytics that basically tell you what the algorithm is doing, or sorry, I shouldn't say it that way, that tell you what the viewers are doing with your video, then it would be, you'd be blind. you wouldn't know what to do. So just remember one final thought on that. What makes a good video? It's not fancy editing. It's not fancy equipment. It's not good lighting. It's not perfectly edited videos and all that. None of that makes a good video. It might make a visually appealing video that maybe might even win awards. Like, oh, wow, that was fantastic artistry, great video, awesome stuff. But if nobody watches it, then in YouTube's books, it's not a good video, okay? It could be a video that somebody shot on an iPhone 3GS, like one of the first phones from 20 years ago. Not that long. Yeah, maybe almost 20 years ago, 18 years ago. Phone, crappy audio, crappy video, lighting is horrible, the shadows everywhere. But whatever you say in that video, whatever the message was, if people are watching that, YouTube thinks that's a fantastic video. So there you go. Do you offer audits? So I do channel reviews. I don't know for how much longer I'm going to be offering them, but there should be a link down below in the description. Channel reviews. That's what I offer. How important are tags? Not as important as they used to be, because YouTube is now transcribing videos when you upload your video. You upload your video, YouTube is transcribing it, right? And they've got AI tools. They've got the best AI tools in the world. They know what your video's about. You don't really have to say what it's about in the tags and descriptions. Do I still? Yes, I still, because it doesn't take me any time at all to put in tags and description. I ask ChatGPT after we've discussed what my title and thumbnail text should be, and I tell it, okay, I've settled on this. This is what the video's about. Can you write me a 1 to 2 sentence description? And also give me a bunch of tags that I can copy and paste into my into my YouTube studio. It does that. Boom, copy, paste, done. That's all I do with that stuff. I focus more on the title so that it's something that people want to click, but it has to be, accurate to what the video is going to be. Okay, so yeah, so therefore I don't think tags are that important anymore. Hey, how you doing, Matt? We need to book a group Viking cruise and pick up Rob at his dock. Bring it. I don't think Viking comes to Nova Scotia, but who knows? Maybe they do. I got 5 viewers on my first live last week. One was my wife, though, so not counting that. Well, that's fine. When I started my channel, I had 3 subscribers, myself and my 2 kids. No, not myself. My nephew and my 2 kids. And then by the end of my first month, I had 6. So, yeah, that's okay. We all start somewhere. Please, which app can I use to design my thumbnails? I used Canva, but isn't giving me the required output. I use Canva. I love it. I don't know why it wouldn't give you the correct output for thumbnails. So I know some people are getting into editing with Canva, like video editing with Canva. I've not done that. They're getting into the editing side and AI and stuff, and that's all great. But I still just use Canva for thumbnails. And I find it super easy. If I just show you a quick little thing here, Canva. So here's my Canva. If I go into my thumbnails, so I have all my thumbnails on the same file, okay? And you said it's not giving you the right output. I don't know. So let's go through the output. So if I want to, let's say I want to download this one, okay? Page 2, try this instead. I'm going to go to Share, Download. Now, I don't want to download all 84 thumbnails on this in this file, so I click here. I'm going to deselect all and identify the one I want. Let's go with this one, okay? And then I click Done. Now, let's just take a look at what else is here. PNG is suggested, okay? That's what I use, PNG. You could also do JPG if you want, but I always do PNG. It's the newer extension. I leave the size at 1 because I set my size to 1280 by 720, or I selected YouTube thumbnail when I started this project. I don't do anything with that. I don't compress the file. Transparent background, I don't do that. I would do that if I was creating an overlay for Ecamm Live and I wanted a transparent part of the image, but not for my thumbnail. That's it. Download. It's downloading. So, and that will download a PNG file, which you can then upload to YouTube. Shouldn't be an issue. So maybe you weren't following all of those steps, but hopefully me showing you that helped, Jack, I hope. I have 100 videos, but only 23 subs. Is that bad? Not at all. It's not bad at all. But if you want more subs, you want to start engaging with your audience. Ask them questions. Ask them how you can help them. Ask them what they thought of your video. Ask them questions within the video. Ask them what they want to see you make next. If they then engage with you and you answer them and so on, they're going to feel more connected to you. They're more apt to subscribe. So those are some things you could try. Getting ready to start my YouTube journey, but not sure which way to go. I have so many options: van life, small cabin life, building cabins, chores around the homestead. Hey, those are all great things. I would pick one and start with it. But remember, don't just show what you're doing. Make the videos in a way that they are for somebody else. Like, and in the process of doing that, you're kind of showing them what you're doing. Does that make sense? Like in other words, if you're doing a van life, I don't know, maybe you're vlogging a trip that you made. Don't necessarily just show, like, this is where I went, this is what I did, you know, all this stuff. Instead, flip it around a little bit and say, you know, I got to this place and I discovered I had to build a fire. Well, how do I do that? Well, this is how I build a fire, and then kind of show that, right? In the process of doing that, you're showing maybe some B-roll of the van going down the road and pulling up to the fire pit, or, you know, stuff like that. Do you see the difference? So that's the way I would attack that. Okay. Oh, wow, I've fallen behind again. But you know what? I am starting to go right to the end here, see if there were Alan James, mental health and career opportunities, as long as the song isn't a copyrighted song. If it is, and you can't use it. Okay, that sounds like a answer to somebody else's question, which I missed. William says, it's 3 o'clock here, time to go for me. Love all this, so much to learn, take care. Dreamwood by William. I love Canva editing, works great. How hard is it to get 500 subs? I'm at 43 now. It's not hard. I try not to focus on it, I guess. One thing to keep in mind, when you do get to 500 subs or 1,000 subs or whatever, if it's monetization tends to be one of the first goals people have. Okay, they start a channel, they want to get monetized. Well, I'm here to tell you that when you get monetized, it's anticlimactic. Like, it's not, you're not getting rich when you get monetized. You may start earning 20 bucks a month when you're monetized, and you'll get that once your balance gets over $100, then you'll earn the next month. Okay. So it starts slow. And what I noticed when I got I was the same. I was worried about when I was going to get monetized. I was trying to figure out, what month is it going to happen? I'm growing at this rate, and what can I do to get my subs up? Well, when I got there and I got monetized, yes, I got it. That was a big deal. That was a huge deal. I'd been years working towards it. Finally happened. But then what? Then all of a sudden I noticed, well, my watch hours are really going up now. Like, they're way above 4,000, like within a month. I'm not going to get demonetized. Now it's all about, okay, how do I maximize what's going on here? How can I actually, so I made $37 or whatever it was in the first month. How do I get that number up? And how you get that number up has nothing to do with subs or watch hours, and it's got everything to do with views. Now views are more important. How many views? Because every time, whether your video is 2 minutes long or an hour long, every video is going to have an ad at the beginning, right? For a viewer, unless the viewer is a YouTube Premium member. So that's an ad that's going to be shown that you will earn revenue from, right? 55% of the ad revenue that YouTube collects from that ad will go to you when you're monetized. So if you have a 2-minute video, probably going to be seen a lot more than a 1 hour long video, right? People might see 1 hour. Jeez, I don't have time for that. I'm going to watch this 30-minute video that's going to teach me the same thing. So that happens sometimes. But if I'm searching for something and it should be pretty quick to learn how to do something, and I see a 2-minute video option and a 6-minute video option, I'm clicking on the 2-minute one first, right? And then so that person's going to get probably more views. So the shorter your videos, the more views you'll probably get, the more money you can make. Now, when your video is over 8 minutes long, Then you can have mid-roll ads, an ad that'll show up in the middle of a video. When that happens, you can earn from that too. But the reality is, how many people in a 10-minute video watch more than half of the video or enough of it so that they get to a mid-roll ad? The percentage is usually quite a bit smaller, so much so that I believe my earnings, I'm going to say probably over 80% are from the first ad that's played, like the beginning ad. Therefore, it's the views that are more important. The more views you get, the more money you make on those first ads, the pre-roll ads. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to add that. That said, gotta go. I see gotta go. 2 hours, probably best option. Okay, thanks, Tess. Can you show how to attach a PDF in another video? Yes. Yeah, you can't really attach a PDF to a video, but you can upload a video. You can upload a PDF to Google Drive or Dropbox or whatever you use, and then link to that in your description below your video. You can do that. This has been 3 hours and 8 minutes. That's probably too long. I am going to call it a day. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. I hope you got some value out of this. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm going to go get something to eat. If you have any, so once I stop this live, you'll be able to comment. You won't be able to comment in the chat anymore, but it'll be a video on demand if you want to comment there. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. I answer all my comments. Look for another video from me this week, and maybe probably 2 between now and this time next week. I'm going to aim for 2 videos, and then I'm going to be gone away for a week. So, but I am going live here. Oh, I'm going live here next Tuesday. For those of you who are channel members, I'm going live again tomorrow. It's called the Doc Party. We do a Doc Party every second Wednesday. That's going to be tomorrow. So a lot fewer people in there, like maybe 15 to 20, sometimes I think 30 was the most we ever had, but a lot fewer people, and I get to answer everybody's questions, and it's more of a back and forth chat. So if you're a member, I hope to see you there tomorrow. And that said, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in another video or live stream. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye.